Yo legends! Welcome back to the channel. Grab your headphones and lock in, because today's story is on another level. Want the next chapter? Drop a comment below, and if the legend continues, I'm bringing it straight to you. Disclaimer: I do not claim ownership of this story. All rights belong to the original creators. Note: I'm constantly tweaking the settings to make it as immersive as possible. Dragon Ball, the God of Destruction's sign-in system. https://www.fantil.com/d/file/cover 233/d5tv3uozo.jpg. Chapter 1 Vados and -039 Precognitive Dream. Chapter 1 Vados Precognitive Dream. Kahn. It took me a lot of effort to get in touch with this girl for you today. She is pretty, and it is said that she has a good personality. You have to seize the opportunity. Dragon Ball AI 761 September. In a mid to high-end restaurant in Zidu. Wearing a little makeup, Chichai in formal attire said earnestly. Kahn on the side sat upright in a suit and leather shoes. After tidying up the collar of his suit, Kahn said seriously, "Let's talk about it when she comes to understand. If the other party dislikes me, then I can't help it." This is Kahn's 5th blind date in the past month. The previous 4 blind dates all failed due to various reasons. Grandma, I didn't expect a blind date to be so difficult in the Dragon Ball world. Kahn curled his lips and sighed inwardly. Kahn, Saiyan, 25 years old, Son Goku's big brother. At the same time, it is also a member of many time-traversing people. Traveled to the Dragon Ball world 25 years ago and became the second son of Burdock and Jin, born a year earlier than Son Goku. When Frieza destroyed Planet Vegeta, Burdock sent him to Earth with Son Goku. But because Kahn is also a low-level fighter, his current combat effectiveness is not strong. Although Kahn has also practiced very hard in the past, his strength is still weaker than Son Goku. Although Son Goku is also a low-level fighter, he is also the original protagonist at any rate. With the aura of the protagonist, how can a waste traveler like Kahn be comparable? As for why Kahn would sit here on a blind date, that has to start more than a month ago. About 35 days ago, Kahn waited 25 years for his golden finger to finally arrive. However, the trick is that the prerequisite for activating the system is to marry a woman. Kahn has no girlfriend, and Kahn, who is familiar with the plot, knows that Raditz will come to Earth in a month or so at most. If the system is not activated to improve his strength, he and Son Goku will probably die in the hands of Raditz. So in order to get married as quickly as possible, Kahn can only choose a blind date. Some people may ask, as a time traveler, wouldn't you drink Bulma? Is it delicious to eat soft rice? In this regard, Kahn can only say that he has indeed been with Bulma and spent some time with Bulma. Later, due to various reasons, they broke up. After finding the Dragon Ball for the first time, Bulma went home to focus on scientific research. Kahn is also often busy practicing, although he didn't achieve much effect, but because of these reasons, the two basically didn't have time to meet each other, and they broke up peacefully over time. In terms of feelings, whether it is Kahn or Bulma, they still have feelings for each other. Only broke up because there wasn't much time to see each other for the past few years. As for the prerequisites for this system activation, Kahn also wanted to get back together with Bulma in the past, but he and Bulma have not seen each other for nearly 2 years. It would be a bit too abrupt to suddenly find Bulma to get back together and get married. Besides, Kahn doesn't know what Bulma is thinking now. So Kahn thought about going on a blind date first, and then go to Bulma to get back together if it doesn't work. As for Chichai is indeed a good wife and mother, and she is also pretty, but Kahn is not so crazy as to snatch his brother's official match. Can't you change your request? There's really nothing I can do about you. Chichai held his forehead, feeling a little headache. In fact, in the previous blind dates, the woman was very satisfied with Kahn. Kahn is not only handsome, but also very masculine and has good strength, which can give the woman a full sense of security. Only one of Kahn's demands could not be accepted by the woman. It's a flash marriage. Kahn's request is to get married within 1 month of the blind date, while the woman's request is to get along with each other for a few months to 6 months to see if it is suitable before considering marriage. Because of this, Kahn's first 4 blind dates all failed. Therefore, as Kahn's younger brother and sister, Chichai is also worried about Kahn's lifelong event. This is not okay. Kahn shook his head firmly. If you can't complete the wedding activation system before Raditz arrives, then he doesn't even need to come on a blind date. At the same time, on the roof of the tallest building in Western capital, a stunning woman is slim. She is tall and slender, with an extremely delicate oval face like a perfect creation of God. His eyes were cold, and his proud figure was perfectly outlined by a tight uniform. With a gust of breeze, his high, silver-white ponytail fluttered in the wind. It also adds a bit of elegance and sassy style to it. Beside her, Grand Priest stood with his hands behind his back, looking at the bustling Western capital, and said in an amiable tone, "Vados, have you really decided? If you get hurt in the future, don't come back to me crying." "Yes, Lord Grand Priest, I have made my decision." Vados blinked his beautiful purple eyes, and his tone was firm. "Why does Vados, the 6th universe angel, appear here?" That has to start with a precognitive dream that Vados had not long ago. In Vados' precognitive dreams, a beloved of hers appears. In the prophetic dream, she walked into the palace of marriage hand in hand with this true love. The two loved each other and lived a happy life then. In order to understand the love between human beings, Vados even interviewed many humans in the 6th universe to understand their love history and views on love. In this regard, Vados has done its homework. Until a few days ago, in the precognitive dream, Vados' love left her at the end of her life. At that moment, Vados in the dream was heartbroken, and it wasn't until she woke up that she realized that she had burst into tears and her heart was pierced. It was also at this moment that Vados knew that she must not lose this true love. She wants to find him, give him infinite life, and be with him forever. Vados uses the angel staff to find the love of her prophetic dreams, and he is Kahn. After finding the specific location of Kahn, Vados went to ask Grand Priest for instructions, but Grand Priest disagreed at first because she was the 6th universe angel and needed to perform angel's duties. What's more, in the past billions of years of history, there has never been any precedent for an angel to have with a human being. But Vados forced her to die. She said, "If Master Grand Priest disagrees, I will violate the principle of absolute neutrality of angel and disappear from now on." Grand Priest can't help it. In order not to lose any angel, he could only agree to Vados' request and use a sleeping angel to fill the position of Vados' 6th universe angel. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 2 Mr. Kahn is very honest, which I like very much. Chapter 2 Mr. Kahn is very honest, which I like very much. For today's blind date with Kahn, Vados took off Angel's clothes. Even Angel's blue-green skin has been changed to a human one. "Since you have made up your mind to go, I won't say anything more. I wish you happiness." The words fell. A purple space vortex appeared behind Grand Priest, and in the blink of an eye, Grand Priest disappeared together with the purple space vortex. After the Grand Priest left, a touch of tenderness flashed across Vados' beautiful purple eyes. Immediately, in a flash, Vados appeared at the restaurant he had agreed with Chichai in advance. After tidying up his face a little, Vados took a deep breath, and then Yuzu stepped gently into the door of the restaurant. Although it is not the peak time for dining at noon, there are quite a few guests in the restaurant. As soon as Vados entered the restaurant, he immediately attracted a lot of attention. She is beautiful. The temperament is dignified, elegant, and cool. There was a faint smile on the vermilion lips, just like the cherry blossoms blooming, stunning. The male customers in the restaurant were all attracted by Vados' stunning beauty same. Kahn was also drawn to Vados. He stared closely at Vados, who was walking towards his table, and froze there for a moment. One was deeply attracted by Vados' amazing appearance, and the other was shocked by Vados' appearance. "Isn't this riding horse Vados?" Kahn secretly marveled. "This woman looks exactly the same as Angel Vados of the 6th universe. At least it can be said to be exactly the same. In addition to skin color and clothing are different." While Kahn was in a daze, Vados had already walked up to him and Chichai, and said politely, "Hi, I'm Vados." "Miss Chichai, is this Mr. Kahn you mentioned?" Yes. Chichai hurriedly patted Kahn, who was dazed, by the side, and introduced, "Kahn, don't be dazed. She is Vados, the blind date I found for you this time." "Huh?" Kahn came back to his senses, then got up and bowed slightly in a hurry, and said politely, "Hi, Miss Vados, I'm Kahn, please sit down." Vados was amused by Kahn's flustered look. She pursed her lips and smiled lightly before taking her seat. "Kahn, Miss Vados, please talk slowly. I won't bother you, I'm leaving first." After Vados was seated, Chichai tactfully found an excuse to slip away. "Kahn and Vados are here on a blind date, and she doesn't need to be a light bulb here." Cough, cough. After Chichai left, Kahn coughed tactically to ease the slightly awkward atmosphere. The Miss Vados in front of him, although she looks almost exactly the same as the 6th universe Angel, and even has the same name, Kahn didn't make any guesses about the 6th universe Angel. After all, the 6th universe Angel Vados is an angel, not to mention that she has to fulfill the duties of an angel. It is even more impossible for someone as an angel to come to the Earth of the 7th universe to have a blind date with him as a human being. Kahn is still somewhat self-aware. Although he is a time traveler, he has not even seen Vados face to face after time traveling for so long. If people don't know him, let alone tell him, it is even more impossible for him to have a crush on him. Maybe it's just a coincidence, Kahn thought to himself. It's just that Kahn couldn't figure it out a little bit. This Ms. Vados in front of me is not only so beautiful, but also has a top-notch temperament. How could it be reduced to a blind date? It stands to reason that she should have many suitors. When Kahn was deep in thought, Vados' voice sounded like a silver bell. "Mr. Kahn, what do you want from me?" This," Kahn said in embarrassment. "Don't you get to know each other first? Isn't it a little too fast to talk about the request now?" Vados shook his head, smiled, and said, "I don't think these are too important." In the precognitive dream, Vados knew enough about Kahn. Even Kahn's somewhat reserved and withdrawn personality now is exactly the same as in the precognitive dream. I have to say that in the eyes of Vados, Kahn, who is somewhat reserved and introverted, is quite cute. This Kahn scratched his head and said, "Why don't you tell me what you want from me first?" Vados smiled and said, "I'm very satisfied with you. I don't have any requirements." Kahn was at a loss for words. He pinched his thigh fiercely, and it wasn't until a sharp pain came that he realized that he was not dreaming. This is so unreal. Such a beautiful woman doesn't have any demands on herself. If he hadn't experienced it himself, Kahn couldn't believe that this kind of thing would happen to him. "Mr. Kahn, tell me what you want." "My request is very simple. I don't want to go home at night. It's best if I can get married within a month." Since Vados has no requirements for himself, Kahn has no choice but to briefly explain his requirements. However, just when Kahn Vados couldn't accept his second request, Vados smiled and said, "No problem, as long as you want, we can get married tomorrow." Puff. Kahn was shocked on the spot. Although Vados' words didn't make Kahn jump up in shock, it still made Kahn spit out the tea he just drank in his mouth. "Mr. Kahn, what's the matter with you? Are you all right?" Frightened by Kahn's violent reaction, Vados hurriedly got up and said concerned, "Fine. Kahn waved his hand. Nothing happened to him, but he was shocked by Vados' words. What the hell? As long as you want, you can get married tomorrow? Why doesn't Kahn feel so real? But the facts in front of him made it impossible for him not to believe it. So, Kahn could only say, Miss Vados, I have to explain in advance that although I am handsome and have a good personality, my family background is not good. I have no father or mother, and I usually just farm a little to make ends meet. If you marry me, I will not be able to meet your material needs. I wonder if you can accept it. Giggle. Hearing this, Vados giggled. Vados' laughter was melodious, like the singing of a yellow warbler. What's so funny? Instead, Kahn was stunned. No. Vados quickly stopped laughing and said, Mr. Kahn is very honest. I like this very much, and what I want to say is that since I choose to marry you, I don't care about your family background, and I don't have any material things to demand. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 3 Big Wedding. Chapter 3 Big Wedding. Besides, I'm also good at housework, so I can take some of the pressure off for you. Vados heard the words. Kahn patted his face. It was like a dream. If you want to look good, have a good figure, and be able to do housework, the key is that you don't have any requirements for yourself, and you don't dislike your family background. This riding horse is a fairy. Immediately, Kahn jumped up, happy. I just like your temper. Since Miss Vados is fine, it seems that I can't justify not marrying you. This moment, Kahn already has a strong sense of anticipation for this marriage. A beautiful, kind, understanding, gentle, and virtuous wife is simply what Kahn has dreamed of for many years. If there is a wife like this, what can the husband ask for? Immediately, Kahn chatted with Vados for a long time. It's nothing more than chatting about the interests and hobbies of both parties. As for relationships, they can be cultivated slowly after marriage. Kahn is not in a hurry, and Vados is not in a hurry at last. After discussions between Kahn and Vados, they decided to go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get the certificate in the afternoon, and the wedding will be held 3 days later. The outskirts of Western Capital. There is a 1-hectare vegetable garden and a very ordinary mushroom house. This is Kahn's home in Zidu and his estate. Since Son Goku and Chichai got married, Kahn also moved out of Bayazi Mountain and settled in Zidu without disturbing their 2-person world. Kahn, how is the blind date with Miss Vados going? Seeing Kahn coming back, Chichai got up quickly and asked urgently all the best. Kahn nodded with a smile, and then took out the certificate he had just received with Vados at the Zidu Civil Affairs Bureau. Seeing the marriage certificate, Chichai was dumbfounded. She glanced at the marriage certificate carefully and said in surprise, You got the marriage certificate so quickly. It seems that you and Miss Vados had a very good chat. After being surprised, Chichai also breathed a sigh of relief. For the past month, she has been torn about Kahn's marriage. Now I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Kahn poured himself a glass of water, took a sip, and said just now, It's really speculative, and this Miss Vados is also very good. I have nothing to dissatisfy. She is also very satisfied with me, so we will give the marriage certificate to you, Kahn. Great. Chichai smiled and said, Then Kahn, when are you and Miss Vados going to have your wedding? In 3 days. Kahn said, It would be nice to invite friends and relatives you know so fast. Chichai was surprised again. Kahn and Vados, this is not a flash marriage, it is a marriage at the speed of light. Get the certificate on the day of the blind date and hold the wedding 3 days later. The speed of light is not so fast. But that's good, at least Kahn's lifelong event is settled. By the way, Chichai, I'm going to be busy with the wedding these days, so I have to trouble you to inform everyone for me. People that Kahn knew, Chichai basically knew too. So it's just right to leave it to her. Chichai has no problem with this. Anyway, this month has been here, and she doesn't care about making another trip then. Kahn was busy organizing the wedding, while Chichai was in charge of notifying the Earth-Z fighters. Western Capital Universal Capsules Co. In the huge yard, the brides are spending their free time. And in the living room. What did you say? Kahn is getting married. Hearing the news from Chichai that Kahn will hold a wedding in 3 days, Bulma took the case on the spot. This news was like a bolt from the blue to her. Bulma, don't get so excited. I'm just here to inform you on Kahn's behalf. It's up to you whether you want to come to the wedding or not. If there's nothing wrong, I'll go and inform the others first. Chichai also understands Bulma's feelings. After all, she is Kahn's ex-girlfriend. Now that I hear that Kahn is getting married, it is normal to be emotional. But whether to come to Kahn's wedding depends on whether Bulma himself wants to come. After Chichai left, Bulma covered her face with one hand. She felt like the sky was falling. She broke up with Kahn before, not because of a broken relationship, but because they didn't have much time to spend together. She had to be busy with her career, and Kahn was also busy with cultivation. So they broke up amicably. How can this be? Bulma's eyelashes drooped slightly, and her blue-green eyes were overshadowed. She thought that sooner or later she and Kahn would get back together, but in the end Chichai came to tell her today, Kahn is getting married! Exclamation, and the wedding is going to be held in 3 days. Apparently this is a done deal. Why didn't Kahn come to her when he wanted to get married? If Kahn came to her and proposed to get back together and get married, she would say yes without hesitation. However, Kahn didn't come to her even on a blind date. Could it be that Kahn really doesn't have any feelings for her? Bulma can't believe it. She couldn't believe that Kahn really didn't have the slightest feeling for her anymore. After informing Kahn that Kahn was going to get married, Chichai returned to Bayezid's home at night. Brother Kahn is getting married. It's a surprise so soon. Son Goku was also taken aback when he learned from Chichai that Kahn was about to get married. It's just a blind date today, but the wedding is going to be held in 3 days. This speed can be said to be unprecedented, and it will be difficult for anyone to come after it. Chichai solemnly warned, Goku, it's your brother's wedding, dress me more formally then, don't wear your training clothes anymore. Son Goku scratched his head and said with a playful smile, ha ha ha, I got it, Chichai. Aij 761 September 10th. Today is the wedding day of Kahn and Vados. Metropolitan Cathedral at noon. Son Goku, Chichai, Ox King, Yamcha, Kling, Tine Shinhan and others have all been present. The priest is also in place. Of all the people Kahn knew, the only one who didn't make it to Kahn and Vados' wedding was Bulma. Bulma didn't come, and almost everyone knew the reason, so everyone tacitly kept silent about it. When the time came to 12 noon, 2 figures appeared at the door of the church, which immediately attracted everyone's attention. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 4 The system is turned on, but the needle does not poke. Chapter 4 The system is turned on, but the needle does not poke. Kahn was wearing a black tuxedo, with a sunny smile on his handsome face. A modest gentleman, as gentle as jade. Vados is wearing a white wedding dress, with a long skirt dragging on the red carpet, like a fairy from heaven and earth, with a quiet and elegant temperament in the cold. Vados took Kahn's arm and slowly walked into the church under the eyes of everyone. At this moment, Kahn and Vados undoubtedly became the focus of attention throughout. Handsome men and beautiful women are a perfect match. When the 2 newcomers Kahn and Vados entered the church, Son Goku and others stood up one after another, their eyes following their steps. Everyone's faces were filled with happy and bright smiles, and at the same time, they also sent the most devout blessings to the couple today. The wedding scene may not be so lively, but the festive atmosphere is full. Kahn and Vados also smiled and waved frequently to respond to the blessings from relatives and friends. I do. I do. Finally, under the auspices of the priest, Kahn and Vados completed the ring exchange ceremony. After the ring exchange ceremony, under the booing and witness of the crowd, Kahn and Vados completed their wedding kiss after. Kahn, Vados, and son Goku returned to Kahn's house from the Western Capital Cathedral. The wedding ceremony is over, and the next step is naturally to entertain relatives and friends. Although there were not many guests, Kahn still prepared a rich meal to entertain everyone. Has been busy until the evening. Son Goku and others left one by one. Kahn, don't worry about practicing kung fu tonight, and spend time with your bride. Goku and I will leave first, so we won't bother you. Before leaving, Chichai made a special reminder. Then he left with son Goku so far. In the 100 square meter mushroom house, only the new couple Kahn and Vados remained. In the wedding room, according to the custom of his previous life, Kahn also decorated the wedding room in red to show the celebration. Vados sat dignifiedly and elegantly in front of the dressing table crunch. At this time, the door was pushed open and Kahn walked in husband. Vados got up and yelled sweetly. There was a faint but blissful smile on her delicate and flawless pretty face. Looking at this fair-skinned and beautiful wife who looks like a fairy, Kahn still felt that it was not so real for a while. He just got married like this, and the person he will be with for the rest of his life is a beautiful woman. Kahn is not unprepared. The purpose of his blind date is to rush for a flash marriage. However, he still had an indescribable feeling in his heart how to say. It felt like a dream. Vados, such a beautiful, gentle and virtuous beauty, married him like this husband. Does it feel a little unreal? Vados raised his willow eyebrows and his voice was as sweet as a silver bell. She seemed to see through Kahn's mind. Kahn came back to his senses, waved his hand, and said, Ba, my wife, there are many people who are better than me in the world, and you have the conditions to choose better ones. Why is it me? Yes. With Vados' appearance and figure, coupled with her cool and elegant temperament and gentle, virtuous, and understanding character. Even if she is also in a hurry to get married, then she is fully qualified to choose a better blind date. Why is it me? Vados smiled and asked back, Honey, do you need a reason to like someone? Kahn was taken aback. For a while, I was speechless. You really don't need a reason to like someone, even just a glance. You may fall in love with someone. This starts with looks. As for whether it is suitable or not, it depends on how you get along after marriage. The next day, the sun broke through the horizon and poured the first ray of sunlight onto the earth. Everything began to recover. But Kahn hadn't woken up yet, and Kahn didn't wake up from his sleep until 9 o'clock in the morning. Ding! When Setsuna woke up from a dream, a mechanical electronic notification sounded in Kahn's mind. Because the host meets the prerequisites for opening the sign-in system, the sign-in system is officially activated. Hearing the system prompt sound in his mind, Kahn immediately sat up from the bed. After listening to the system's self-introduction, Kahn also had a preliminary understanding of his cheat. Simply put, this is a check-in system. You can sign in every day to get sign-in rewards, but the rewards for signing in every day are not too generous. Sign-in rewards like 1 month or 1 year are generous. In addition, there will also be special rewards for signing in at different places and locations. Okay, better to have cheats than none. With just 1 month left until Raditz arrives on Earth, it's not too late to officially activate the system. System, check-in daily. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the daily check-in and getting the daily check-in reward, 50 combat power improvement card. Ding! The host completes the first check-in and gets an additional reward, Advanced Saiyan Bloodline. Hey, there are unexpected gains. Kahn was overjoyed. This so-called Advanced Saiyan Bloodline is to enhance one's fighting talent and potential. Simply put, it is to improve the foundation. After fusion got the high-level cyan blood, Kahn's background grew from a low-level fighter to a genius fighter. Coupled with the 50-point combat power improvement card that is signed in every day, Kahn's strength has been greatly improved in an instant. Host, Kahn. Age, 25 years old. Bloodline, Advanced Cyan Bloodline. Combat power, 750. Skills, Breath Control, Flying Technique. That's 750 combat power. The needle doesn't poke. Kahn couldn't help but burst into ecstasy seeing his almost qualitatively changed fighting power. Before that, his combat strength could barely break through 300. Not even Son Goku and Piccolo of the same period. Of the current 750 combat power, 50 points are from the combat power improvement card, and the rest is the change in combat power brought about by fusion with a high-level cyan blood. If I remember correctly, Raditz's combat power is around 1,500 according to this speed. Kahn pondered for a moment. Even if his reward for signing in every day is only a 50-point combat power improvement card, plus his daily practice for a period of time, he will definitely be able to beat Raditz in a month. Not to mention anything else, even if he doesn't practice for a month, just by signing in every day to gain 50 points of combat strength, his combat strength will break 2,000 in a month. No more Raditz, nothing to fear. Raditz is no longer a threat, but at the same time, the system is turned on and the future can be expected. Yesterday I married a fair and beautiful wife. Kahn feels that the air is extraordinarily fresh today, so happy. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 5 Wife, do you still know how to practice? Chapter 5 Wife, do you still know how to practice? Speaking of which, I dreamed of that person again last night. Returning to his senses, Kahn rubbed his temples, thinking carefully about the face that appeared in his dream last night. But he couldn't remember it anyway. Recently, he has often dreamed of a woman. In the dream, he married that woman, and they loved each other, and their lives were very sweet. But even in the dream, the face of the woman he married was not clear. Because Kahn has never seen this person, her face is very ambiguous. Kahn's dream can't fully reproduce her face. He only knows that this woman is beautiful. It also has the same cool and elegant temperament as Vados. He also seems to be about the same height as Vados. How could it be Vados? Kahn shook his head, trying to get rid of distracting thoughts in his mind. It would be ridiculous if the woman he married in his dream was his real wife Vados. Even a 3-year-old would not believe it, let alone an adult Kahn. And he had dreamed several times before meeting Vados. There can't be such a coincidence in the world. No, I can't dream of her anymore, or I'm sorry for my wife. Falling in love with and marrying other women in a dream is not unfaithful to one's real wife. So Kahn decided that he must never dream of that woman again in the future. When he came back to his senses, Kahn belatedly realized that his new wife, Vados, was no longer in the room. Crunch. Just when Kahn was puzzled, the door was pushed open. Vados appeared in Kahn's sight. Today's Vados put on a white t-shirt and shorts, coupled with her slender and proud figure. It is even more attractive. Husband is really a lazy pig. I just woke up now. I've already made breakfast. Get up and eat. Vados does not speak like he has only known Kahn for just 3 days, but more like a lover who has been in love with Kahn for a long time. Kahn was startled and then said with a dry smile, "Okay." After washing, looking at the table full of breakfast, Kahn was shocked. Vados seemed to have sensed Kahn's surprise, so he explained, "Husband, I saw that you and your uncle ate so much yesterday, so I guess your appetite should be quite large, so I prepared these for you. If you think it's too much, I will do less from tomorrow. In fact, In the precognitive dream, Vados knew how exaggerated Kahn's appetite was, and she explained it just so that Kahn would not be suspicious. Not too much, thank you for your hard work, Kahn said. Until this moment, Kahn had to admit that Vados really cared about him, and it was only the first day that she noticed her appetite problem. What a gentle and considerate woman. It seems that I can't treat others badly. After dinner, Kahn said, "My wife, I have worked hard on you this morning. You can rest for a while. I will go to the woods to practice for a while, and I will come back to accompany you later." Although the system is turned on, the practice cannot be left behind. This is a habit that Kahn has maintained for 20 years, and even if he wants to change it, he will not be able to change it for a while. Vados shook his head and said, "I'm not tired, husband. I want to watch you practice. Can I?" This. Kahn thought for a while, then nodded, "Okay." Behind the Kahn mushroom house is his vegetable garden, and behind the vegetable garden is a small hill and forest. This is where Kahn usually practices. Kahn is doing daily practice. Since his combat power skyrocketed overnight, Kahn's fists and feet have become more powerful and imposing. Strange, my husband's physique improved a lot overnight. Vados naturally noticed the changes in Kahn's physique. She secretly said, "Could it be because of my angel physique?" Having with Kahn last night, she has tried her best to hide her angel power so as not to affect Kahn. After all, Kahn is an ordinary human being and cannot withstand her angel power. But Kahn's physique improved a lot overnight. Maybe it's affected by my angel physique. For this, Vados can only explain in this way, otherwise she would not be able to explain why Kahn's physique and strength improved so much overnight. Although it has affected Kahn, judging from the current situation, her influence on Kahn seems to be only beneficial and harmless. That's not too bad, bang bang bang. As Kahn waved his punches and kicks, the air exploded and invisible air waves swept out, and all the big trees along the way were cut off in the middle. Husband, it seems that the effect you have obtained from this kind of practice is very small. Why don't you try to train physically? When Kahn was getting excited, Vados said suddenly. Although Kahn's physique improved a lot overnight, he was still too weak in the eyes of Vados. According to Kahn, the effect of practicing against the air is almost negligible. If you want to improve your strength quickly, you must carry out physical training to improve your foundation. And foundation what? You still know how to practice? Kahn stopped practicing and said in surprise. Kahn didn't know that the effect of his practice was very small, but his conditions did not allow it. He'd like to ask Bulma to build him a gravity training room, but well, money is not the problem is no money. I've seen the relevant content in the book, so I know a little bit about it, Vados explained with a smile. I see. Kahn thought for a while, and said, "Honey, go back to the house and rest first. I'll go to your uncle's place." Kahn thought, since he doesn't have the financial ability to ask Bulma to build a gravity training room for him, it's better to train against Son Goku. This is much better than practicing against the air by yourself then. Kahn went to Bayazi Mountain, and Vados returned to the mushroom house. Although he didn't go with him, it's not a problem for Vados to observe Kahn. She stretched out her hand, and Angel's staff flashed out, followed by a light curtain refracted out. In the light curtain is the picture of Bayazi Mountain. Since Son Goku also practiced every day, after Kahn arrived, the two began to fight against each other boom 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 tilde while Vados was watching the battle between Kahn and Son Goku. There was a knock on the door. "Please come in." Vados turned his head and glanced at the door, and said lightly, "Sister Vados, I am so surprised to hear that you are married to a human being. No one else came in. It is the 7th universe angel, Wise. P.S. This book follows the route of passing on super blood and self-consciousness. The content is absolutely wonderful. Please ask for flowers and monthly tickets. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 6 Kahn and -039's Life, Vados and -039, Wrath. Chapter 6 Kahn's Life, Vados Wrath. The Saiyan Man, what is it that makes you so obsessed, Sister Vados? After observing Kahn in the light curtain, Wise was puzzled. He didn't quite understand. As an angel like Vados, he only had his duty to Angel in his heart, and he didn't have any other distracting thoughts, let alone the love between human beings. Wise, you won't understand. Vados stared tenderly at Kahn in the light curtain, and said without looking back. Seeing Vados' obsessed look, Wise shook his head speechlessly, and said to himself, "It's really hopeless. He really doesn't understand." But looking at Vados' blissful appearance, she must be very satisfied with her current life. "It's you? Why did you come here?" Vados asked. Wise squinted and smiled. "Since Lord Beerus is sleeping, I have more free time, correct?" Immediately afterwards, Wise changed the subject and said, "Sister Vados, do you know the family background of your Saiyan husband?" Vados shook his head and said, "I don't understand. What's wrong?" On the day of the blind date, Kahn just told her that he had no father or mother, so Vados didn't go into it. I saw that Wise called out his angel staff and tapped it lightly. A light curtain was refracted from the crystal ball at the apex of Angel's staff, which happened on Planet Vegeta in 737 AG. The Universe Emperor Frieza turned the entire Planet Vegeta, as well as many Saiyans, into universe dust with one Qigong bomb. Before Planet Vegeta exploded, a Saiyan warrior tried to stop Frieza. But in the end, because of his weak strength, he failed to prevent the destruction of Planet Vegeta and the destruction of the Saiyan nation. This person, of course, is the father of Kahn and Son Goku. Burdock. Wise rewinds the screen to the scene before the explosion of Planet Vegeta, pointing to Burdock, who is unwilling to succumb to fate and resist to the death, and said, "After my investigation, the Saiyan named Burdock is the father of your husband Kahn." In other words, Frieza killed Kahn's father and mother. On the eve of the destruction of Planet Vegeta by Frieza, Mr. Burdock and his wife, Miss Jin, sent their 2 young sons away from Planet Vegeta. The older one was Kahn and the younger one was Kakarot. "That's your current husband and brother-in-law." Finished listening, Vados' beautiful eyes narrowed slightly, and an icy murderous intent flashed past. The temperature in the entire living room dropped instantly. Wise quickly said, "Sister Vados, we are angels, and we cannot interfere with the historical development of human beings in the universe. Besides, Mr. Kahn's revenge for killing his father should not require you to avenge him." Even though Wise said so, the killing intent in Vados' eyes still didn't subside in the slightest. She said coldly, "His strength is not enough to defeat Frieza." Vados is well aware of Kahn's strength, and it is undoubtedly impossible to defeat Frieza. Yes, Wise does not deny this. With Kahn's current power, wanting to defeat the Universe Emperor Frieza is as ridiculous as Gods of Destruction wanting to overthrow Zeno. But, Sister Vados, haven't you forgotten that you are Angel, and it's not easy for you to cultivate Mr. Kahn's strength enough to defeat Frieza? Wise narrowed his eyes slightly and said sharply, "Besides, I think Mr. Kahn should be more willing to kill his own father and enemy with his own hands." Vados calmed down a little, then let Frieza bounce around for a few more days. Bayazi Mountain. The battle between Kahn and Son Goku is coming to an end. Kahn has been controlling the fight with Son Goku on par with him. But even so, Kahn is disappointed to find that Son Goku's offensive has not posed much threat to him. This kind of combat training is boring, and it doesn't have much effect on cultivation. Therefore, with Kahn on full breath, he beat Son Goku in one move. It hurt. Son Goku stood up from the ground again with his left and right arms and said in surprise, "Brother Kahn, why have you suddenly become so strong? Even I am no longer an opponent." Before that, Son Goku clearly remembered that Kahn's strength was slightly weaker than him. But now, Kahn can beat him with one move. It feels like a different person to Son Goku, so powerful. Kahn fell from the sky and said flatly, "After all, I'm your brother, it's normal to be stronger than you." But Son Goku scratched his head and said, "I remember the last time I played against you, you were still struggling. Brother Kahn, you made me feel like you were playing tricks on me today. This is really unbelievable." This is indeed the summary of Son Goku's fight with Kahn today. Although it seemed that he was on par with Kahn in the early stage, in fact his underwear was all seen by Kahn. His every move, even the attacking route and attempt, was seen through by Kahn and easily cracked. In the end, even one blow defeated him. This is an all-round crush, not an evenly matched battle. So, at this moment, Son Goku can basically conclude that Kahn's current strength is far above him. He didn't even know how Kahn's strength suddenly improved so quickly, leaving him far behind. Kahn didn't answer Son Goku's question, but just patted him on the shoulder and said with a light smile, "Practice hard, sooner or later you will become as strong as me, or even stronger." As for his younger brother, although he was also a low-level soldier, but who made him the original protagonist? Son Goku, who has the halo of the protagonist, will definitely not be able to compare with Saiyan, who was born as a low-level fighter, in the future. After finishing the combat training, Kahn turned around and left Bayazi Mountain without staying too long. After leaving Bayazi Mountain, Kahn came all the way to the Western capital Universal Capsule Company. After much deliberation, Kahn decided to ask Bulma to make a gravity training room. What Vados said was right. Such a method of practicing against the air had little effect, and there was no equal opponent on Earth right now. Therefore, if you want to quickly improve your strength, you can only practice through the gravity training room. As for the money issue, anyway, talk to Bulma first. I really don't want to think of another way. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 7. What are you doing here today? Are you here to laugh at me? Chapter 7. What are you doing here today? Are you here to laugh at me? Magnum Capsule Company. It's Kahn. It seems like you haven't been here for a long time. As for Kahn's guest, Dr. Brive received him very warmly. Dr. Brive is relatively familiar with Kahn. After all, it's his daughter's ex-boyfriend, how could he not be familiar with him? Kahn scratched his head with a dry smile and asked, "Uncle, isn't Bulma at home?" Dr. Brive indicated the direction of the laboratory with his eyes and said, "You said Bulma. She seems to be in the laboratory, or you can find her yourself." "Okay, sorry to bother you and your wife laboratory. Bulma is immersed in scientific research work. She seems to have not organized herself for several days, so that Bulma looks a little haggard today. Ever since she learned that Kahn was going to marry another woman, Bulma's mood fell to the bottom instantly. In order not to feel irritable, Bulma can only conduct scientific research day and night to divert his attention. She hadn't even noticed that Kahn was walking beside her. Seeing the bloodshot eyes in Bulma's eyes, Kahn couldn't help but feel a little distressed. He gently said next to Bulma, "Let's put down the work first and go to have a rest." Hearing Kahn's voice, Bulma looked up. She stared at Kahn for a few seconds, then put down the research work at hand, got up and left without saying anything. Of course Kahn knew why Bulma would be so haggard. Bulma must have known the news of her marriage. Judging from the way she tortured herself, she probably hasn't forgotten herself. That's why she worked so hard on scientific research day and night that she didn't even attend her own wedding. "Hey," Kahn sighed softly, then followed in the living room. Bulma sat across from Kahn with a straight face and said nothing. The atmosphere was a little awkward for a while. "You don't seem to welcome me." Kahn broke the silence and awkward atmosphere. Bulma turned her face away and said angrily, "You're already married. Why are you looking for me? You don't want me to come to you?" Kahn asked back. As soon as it reached the throat, it was swallowed back by Bulma. In fact, Bulma was very happy that Kahn could take the initiative to come to her, but when she thought that Kahn was married to another woman, she couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. After a few seconds of silence, Bulma turned his head and said, "Tell me, why are you looking for me today? Are you here to laugh at me?" Kahn was at a loss for words. He said, "In your eyes, am I this kind of person?" "Humph." Bulma snorted proudly and said, "Then why don't you marry me? You want to find another woman? Is it because I am not good enough for you?" Of course Kahn knew Bulma was angry. She is not good enough for herself. Do not make jokes. It was Kahn who didn't deserve her. Who is Bulma? The world's richest man, the world's top and most outstanding scientists. The appearance and figure are also a must. As long as she wants, the best young people of the right age in the world can be arranged in the Supreme Kai world for her to choose. Kahn didn't know how to answer Bulma's question. He could only say, "Bulma, you are excellent, but I'm married, so it doesn't make sense to talk about it now. I came to you today to ask you to help me build a gravity training room. Practice, practice, practice again." Bulma roared in dissatisfaction. "You are only thinking about your broken practice. Why don't you think about me when you are looking for someone to marry? No interest, no ability, please find another master." Bulma reprimanded Kahn all over his head and face, and finally turned around and left with the next sentence. Left alone and Kahn tossed in the wind. This. Kahn people are stupid. He didn't expect Bulma's reaction to be so big. If he knew that Bulma still had himself in his heart, why did he bother to go on a blind date? You can get back together with her directly. But it's too late to say anything now. He is married, and his new wife is still at home waiting for him to go back. Let's wait until she's emotionally stable before coming back. Kahn rubbed his forehead with a headache, and didn't stay here for too long. Back home, it was already noon. Vados has already prepared a rich lunch for Kahn. "Husband, you are back. You must be exhausted from cultivation. Come and have a meal and rest." As soon as he entered the door, Vados greeted him, holding Kahn's arm and smiling. "It is good." Kahn nodded with a smile. "Then sit down to lunch with Vados." After drinking and eating, "Honey, is the taste okay? After all, this is the first time I've cooked dinner for you, and I don't know if you're used to it." "The taste is quite good, but the dishes are different from what I usually eat." Although the dishes made by Vados were not very appetizing, Kahn still praised them. Then he said, "Honey, my cooking skills are actually not bad. I will teach you 2 tricks in the evening." "Hey, my husband knows how to cook, so of course I have to learn from him really." She used to cook for Champa in the 6th universe, and the taste of the dishes she cooked was naturally more towards the 6th universe. As a human being in the 7th universe, Kahn may not be used to her previous cooking skills. However, Kahn also knows how to cook, which Vados did not expect. In the precognitive dream, Kahn did not show his cooking skills. Bro, when it comes to cooking, Kahn is not sleepy. He rolled up his sleeves and said with great interest, "I'll let you know what cooking is tonight." In terms of cooking skills, Kahn still has certain attainments. After the death of their grandfather Son Gohan, Kahn has been in charge of daily meals. Cooking by Son Goku? Then he would have starved to death. Night. Vados can also be regarded as a taste of what is called real food. The delicacies made by Kahn made Vados, the angel who has lived for hundreds of millions of years and eaten countless delicacies in the 6th universe, be full of praise. She has never eaten such delicious food, and for Vados, it is simply out of this world. In front of Kahn's cooking, she feels like a 3-year-old child. It was like stabbing a knife in the butt, and my eyes were wide open then. Since that day, Vados has followed Kahn to learn cooking seriously every day, learning the taste and food that Kahn is used to. Under Kahn's careful teaching and Vados' gastronomic talent, Vados' cooking skills have improved rapidly. In this kind of warm daily life, a month passed in a blink of an eye this day. Kahn woke up from bed as usual. System, check-in daily. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the daily check-in and getting the daily check-in reward, 100 combat power improvement card. Ding! Congratulations to the host for signing in for a full month and getting a full moon sign-in reward. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 8 Raditz, is your head caught by the door? Chapter 8 Raditz, is your head caught by the door? Ding! Congratulations to the host for signing in for a full month and get the full moon sign-in reward, primary combat power improvement card. Elementary combat strength enhancement card. What is this? Kahn scratched his head suspiciously. After reading the introduction, I realized that this is a combat power improvement card ranging from 100 to 3000. In other words, this card can increase combat power by at least 100 points, and up to 3000 points. It's not bad. No matter how dark it is, it cannot be the lowest value. Taking an intermediate value, as long as the use of this card can increase the combat power by 1500, Kahn is very satisfied. Use the primary combat power improvement card. Ding! Successfully used the basic combat power improvement card the host Ao Huang possessed, and the combat power index increased by 2680. The system's electronic prompt sounded Setsuna, and Kahn could clearly feel a surging force pouring into his body. With the injection of this surging force, Kahn's limbs and cells began to cheer. Kahn clenched his fists, feeling the incomparably powerful force in his body, and the corner of his mouth couldn't help but slightly raised. Bull. Host, Kahn. Age, 25 years old. Bloodline, Advanced Cyan Bloodline. Combat Strength, 5300. Skills, Breath Control, Flying Technique. The needle doesn't poke. Seeing that his combat power value has changed drastically from a month ago, Kahn felt extremely comfortable. With this combat power, Kahn can hang Raditz up and fight. Calculating the time, Raditz should have arrived on Earth by now. Western Great Plains. Raditz had already had a face-to-face with Piccolo. The two had a brief friendly exchange and fully exchanged opinions. And just when Raditz was about to show Piccolo what real power is, Diddy, the combat power detector worn on Raditz's left eye suddenly moved. There are two other powerful forces. When the combat power detector detected these two huge forces, Raditz immediately gave up teaching Piccolo, and directly used flying technique to fly into the air over there. Raditz looked in a certain direction and said in surprise, "The distance is 12,990, which is very big, quite possibly the greatest force on the planet." No mistake, it must be Kahn and Kakarot. Call out. After locking onto these two forces, Raditz swept away and disappeared from Piccolo's sight in the blink of an eye thump. After Raditz left, Piccolo knelt on the ground limply, sweating and panting. The fear of confronting Raditz just now still haunts Piccolo. Impossible, I will be trapped and unable to move. Master Roshi's island in the sea. Since the meeting notice was received in advance, after a simple breakfast, Kahn brought Vados to the island of Master Roshi. Shortly after Kahn and Vados arrived, Bulma, Kling, Son Goku and Son Gohan also arrived. After a month of precipitation, Bulma gradually accepted the fact that Kahn was married. The thing is, she and Vados get on pretty well. After Kahn's introduction, Bulma and Vados began to chat like old friends who hadn't seen each other for many years. "Goku, have you been practicing Kung Fu recently?" Kahn chatted with his brother Son Goku. "I haven't practiced much recently." Son Goku scratched his head and said, "Because Chichai recently asked me to go out to work to support the family, so I have less time to practice." Kahn nodded and warned, "In terms of earning money to support your family, you really have to take on the responsibility of a man. You can't just focus on practicing martial arts and put all the burden of the family on Chichai." Son Goku laughed and said, "Understood, I will help." Um, um. In the next moment, a powerful Kai appeared in the perception of Kahn and Son Goku almost at the same time. "Dad, what's the matter? What's wrong?" Seeing that Kahn and Son Goku reacted at the same time, everyone turned their attention to Kahn and Son Goku. "There is a strong aura coming towards us," Son Goku said with a serious face. Feeling this powerful aura, even if the opponent has not yet arrived, Son Goku is already an enemy. Up there, Kahn looked up and saw a black shadow falling rapidly from above the clouds, which immediately attracted everyone's attention. "Who is it? Coming. Tread." A few seconds later, a muscular figure with 5 big and 3 thick bodies landed right in front of Kahn, Son Goku, and others. He has long black hair, a combat power detector over his left eye, and a fluffy tan tail coiled around his waist. This person is Raditz. Oops. With the appearance of Raditz, Vados seemed to be frightened. He moved around and hid behind Kahn tremblingly, with a frightened expression on his face. "Husband, who is this person? He looks very unfriendly." Kahn waved his hand, signaling her not to panic. "We finally met." Raditz's eyes fell on Kahn and Son Goku, and the corners of his mouth slightly raised. "Although you have grown up, I still recognize you at a glance." "Kahn, Kakarot." "Kakarot." Son Goku was immediately confused. What happened? What is this man talking about? Kling and Master Roshi were also taken aback by Raditz's words. "Kahn, they do know. Who is Kakarot?" Raditz did not answer the doubts of Kling and others, but said to Kahn and Son Goku in a questioning tone, "Kahn, Kakarot, what happened to this planet? Isn't your mission to destroy all human beings on the Earth? What are you playing? What game?" Heard the words. Son Goku was even more confused. He looked at Kahn and said, "Brother Kahn, what is he talking about?" At this time, Kahn, who had been silent for a long time, finally spoke up. "Raditz, is your head caught by the door? Are you sure that Kakarot and I came to Earth with the mission of destroying the human beings on this planet? You can lie to yourself, but don't lie to me and Kakarot." "Oh." Raditz raised his eyebrows and grinned. "It seems you still remember me, Kahn, so things will be easier." "Brother Kahn, what's going on?" "Yeah, Kahn, what the hell are you talking about?" Son Goku and Bulma asked almost in unison. They couldn't understand what Kahn and Raditz were talking about. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 9:0, My Stupid Big Brother. Chapter 9:0, My Stupid Big Brother Fighting Tribe Saiyan. After Kahn's concise explanation, Son Goku finally figured out his life experience at the same time. Bulma, Kling, and Master Roshi were also shocked by the real-life experience of Kahn and Son Goku turn out to be. Kahn and Son Goku are not from Earth, but from a Saiyan called Planet Vegeta in the universe. Now they finally figured out why Kahn and Son Goku had tails different from those on Earth, and why they turned into a brutal great ape after looking at the full moon. "Honey, do you mind this?" At this point, Kahn no longer hides the fact that he is not from Earth to Vados. Vados shook his head and said, "No, I don't care if my husband is from Earth, as long as it's you, thanks." Kahn thought that Vados would mind this matter, but now it seems that he is completely overthinking. If Kahn and Goku are from the universe, how did they end up on Earth? At this time, Kling questioned. He was still a little bit incredulous about the fact that Kahn and Son Goku were from beyond Earth. The answer is simple. Raditz smiled grimly. "They were sent here to kill everyone on this planet. We Saiyan are a fighting nation with high self-esteem. After all human beings are wiped out, then sell it at a high price to aliens who want to find planets to live in. This is our job. Planets with high combat capabilities are directly attacked by adult fighters. For low-level planets like Earth, we send children to destroy that planet, like Kahn and Kakarot." As soon as Raditz's words came out, everyone except Kahn and Vados was directly shocked. Cold sweat broke out on Kellen's forehead, and he said in a deep voice, "If what he said is true, then they are too cruel. They are just messing around, and Piccolo is much cuter in comparison." Son Goku also couldn't accept it. He said, "Even if I come from an alien planet that I called Kakarot, even if you are my big brother, these have nothing to do with me. My big brother is only Kahn. I'm from Earth. My name is Son Goku. I grew up here. Son Goku, go back." Son Goku has long since forgotten Saiyan's cruel nature due to a head bump when he was a child, and now he is a kind-hearted Earthling. Therefore, it is impossible for the current Son Goku to accept that he is a murderous Saiyan. Raditz tread. At this time, Kahn directly stepped forward, stared at Raditz, and said coldly, "If you are still lying to the third brother here, then don't blame me for being rude to you. You said that Kakarot and I are here to kill the entire planet. Humans? Then let me ask you, do you know how Planet Vegeta was destroyed?" To Kahn's question, Raditz replied without hesitation, "Planet Vegeta was of course destroyed by a meteorite impact explosion. At that time, all the Saiyans on Planet Vegeta turned into universe dust and disappeared, including our parents." There was no sadness on Raditz's face as he said this. "Hear, hear." Vados can hardly listen anymore. What was destroyed by the impact and explosion of the meteorite was obviously destroyed by Frieza. Even the Saiyan nation was wiped out by Frieza. However, the surviving Saiyan thought that Planet Vegeta was destroyed by the impact and explosion of a meteorite. If this is the case, it would be too distressing. Vados couldn't help but exert a little force on Kahn's arm. She wanted to tell Kahn the truth, but she couldn't. Kahn gently grabbed Vados' little hand, signaling her not to be nervous. Immediately, Kahn sneered and sneered. "Oh, my stupid big brother, do you really think that the destruction of Planet Vegeta and the Saiyan nation was caused by a meteorite impact? If you really think so, then you are too naive. Gone." "What did you say?" Raditz frowned. Kahn looked serious, and said convincingly, "The so-called meteorite impact is just a lie that Frieza used to lie to you and Vegeta. The truth is that Planet Vegeta was destroyed by Frieza, and the Saiyan nation, including our parents, was also killed by Frieza. And you are still working for the enemy who killed our parents. It's really sad and ridiculous." As soon as Kahn's words came out, the audience was shocked. Instead, Vados breathed a sigh of relief. She thought Kahn was also kept in the dark. It seems he knows the truth of the matter. In this way, Vados was relieved, and she couldn't bear to see her husband kept in the dark. "What? This is impossible." Raditz stepped back a few steps, his pupils constricted, and his mind was shocked. He was so shocked by Kahn's words. It turns out that the destruction of Planet Vegeta was not caused by a meteorite impact, but by Frieza. Kahn let out a cold snort, and continued, "Also, the reason why Kakarot and I were sent to Earth was not the mission you said to kill all humans on this planet, but to take refuge. As early as the eve before Frieza was about to destroy Planet Vegeta, our father noticed Frieza's intentions, so he sent me and Kakarot to Earth for refuge overnight." Recalling that night more than 20 years ago, Kahn's expression gradually became sad. "That night, he told me and Kakarot that if his intuition was wrong, he would take me and Kakarot back. But 20 years ago years passed, and Kakarot and I never waited for him to pick us up on Planet Vegeta." Having said that, Kahn couldn't help clenching his fists with slightly trembling hands. Vados also noticed Kahn's strangeness and asked concerned, "Honey, are you all right?" "I'm fine." Kahn shook his head, forcibly suppressing the anger in his heart. Frieza, he wants to cut it with his own hands, otherwise he will not be able to comfort the spirits of his father Burdock and mother Jin. After listening to Kahn's words, Bulma and others were also in an uproar. It turns out that this is the real reason why Kahn and Son Goku were sent to Earth, not because they were sent to kill all humans on Earth as Raditz said. Although Bulma is not Kahn, she can also understand Kahn's mood at the moment. If Burdock hadn't sent him and Son Goku to Earth in time, I'm afraid Kahn and Son Goku wouldn't be here now. In order to protect his two sons well, Burdock died at the hands of Frieza. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 10 Combat Power 5003. Shocked Raditz. Chapter 10 Combat Power 5003. Shocked Raditz having such a father as a son must be very proud. But looking at Raditz's appearance, why doesn't he seem to care at all? Brother Kahn's son Goku stared blankly at Kahn. At this moment he was shocked beyond measure. If he didn't believe what Raditz said, he had to believe what Kahn said. He and Kahn grew up together, and Son Goku still trusts Kahn's words. Kahn waved his hand, motioning Son Goku to stop talking. At this time, Raditz has also recovered from the shock. Hee, ha ha ha. Raditz suddenly looked up and laughed. After laughing, Raditz looked back at Kahn. So what if that's the truth? The past is the past, and we should look forward to the present. It is my honor to serve King Frieza. Raditz then extended his hand to Kahn and Son Goku, inviting, "Come on, Kahn, Kakarot, join us and serve King Frieza together. The Saiyan nation is extinct and we survived. The Saiyan should stick together, shouldn't they? You think you are proud of killing your father and enemy? It seems that your brain is really caught by the door. Forgive me and Kakarot for not agreeing with your concept." Kahn said coldly, "Kakarot and I will not play for Frieza. Get out, Kakarot, and I will be without your big brother." Son Goku also yelled, "Raditz, stop dreaming there, we won't help you." I see. Raditz was not surprised by Kahn and Son Goku's responses. His eyes shifted slightly, and he landed on Vados beside Kahn, and said with a sneer, "I said, why are you so happy with the humans here on this low-level planet? This is your wife, right? As long as you don't think about it, you and Kakarot will follow me obediently." Raditz is very smart. Judging from just now, Son Goku obviously listens to Kahn more. As long as Kahn is settled, Kakarot will surely join them finished. Raditz strode towards Vados with a grin on his face. "Ah, husband, he is so scary." In an instant, Vados was so frightened that his face turned pale and his face paled. "Don't be afraid, I'm here." Kahn shielded Vados behind him, and a flash of anger flashed in his dark eyes at the same time. Under everyone's gaze, Raditz appeared in front of Kahn in an instant and blasted Kahn mercilessly with a knee bump puff. There was a muffled sound and Raditz's knee slammed into Kahn's stomach. But Kahn did not fly upside down as Raditz expected, but stood still, motionless. What? Startled, Raditz looked up abruptly. I saw Kahn's eyes were gloomy, and a pair of extremely cold eyes were staring at him. At this moment, Raditz felt a chill down his spine, as if falling into an ice cave. Boom! In the next second, Kahn stopped hiding his aura and burst out all his aura. Good, what a powerful force. When Kahn released his breath, Son Goku's pupils shrank suddenly, and his mind was shocked. I haven't seen it for just a month. Has Kahn's power become so strong? This young man, what a powerful force. This is the most powerful Kai I have ever felt in my life. Master Roshi was also shocked beyond measure. Kahn's breath is like a bottomless pit. He can't perceive the limit of Kahn's breath at all. Judging from the Kai released by Kahn, Kahn's strength is not at the same level as theirs. This is amazing. The bald Klin was even more frightened and sat down on the beach. He looked shocked and broke out in a cold sweat. Diddy. At the same time, the combat power detector on Raditz's left eye also moved. Under Raditz's astonished eyes, Kahn's combat power value continued to soar, and soon broke through the 2000 mark. Combat power 2000? Wrong. Just when Raditz thought that Kahn's combat power was only 2000, the value on the combat power detector continued to soar. 2005, 3000, 3005, 4000, 4000. This is impossible. Raditz stomped back a few steps, his face turned pale with fright at Kahn's soaring combat power. But Kahn's fighting power continues to soar. Diddy. Soon, Kahn's combat power broke through 5,000 and finally settled at the terrifying value of 5,003. Combat strength 5,003. Raditz couldn't believe his eyes. Shocked, Raditz tore off the combat power detector on his left eye and crushed it. Impossible. Kahn's combat strength cannot be 5,003. It must be an instrument failure. He was born as a high-level fighter, but now he is only worth 1,500 combat effectiveness. But Kahn, who was born as a lower-level fighter, actually has 5,300 combat effectiveness. Raditz couldn't believe it. The combat power detector must be malfunctioning. Being submissive in front of Vegeta and Frieza and punching hard in front of brothers, why do I need a big brother like you? Kahn's expression was stern, and his tone was cold. Kakarot, and I don't recognize you, stupid big brother. You will pay the price for what you just did. Originally, Kahn didn't want to get rough on Raditz, but he actually wanted to do something to his wife. Uncle can bear it. Aunt can't bear it. Even his younger siblings can attack this kind of big brother, don't mind. When the words fell, Kahn shot suddenly with a thunderbolt puff. Immediately afterwards, a muffled sound suddenly sounded. Raditz's body froze suddenly, his pupils widened, and his eyes moved down slightly. I saw that Kahn's fist was deeply sunk into his lower abdomen, and the terrifying power penetrated into the body along Kahn's fist. Raditz's body is like a mirror, fragmented. PFFT. A mouthful of blood spurted out, and Raditz's fragmented body was not strong enough to support him, so he fell to his knees. With just one punch, Kahn hit Raditz hard. This is the crushing brought about by the gap in strength. Kahn grabbed Raditz's hair, raised his head, and said condescendingly, "You dare to touch my woman? You are really promising, Raditz. Tell me, how disappointed will your parents be if they see you looking like a coward?" Facing the threat of death, Raditz, who was still invincible just now, finally panicked. Although he was domineering, he still couldn't overcome the fear of death. "Yes, I'm sorry, Kahn, I was wrong." Raditz begged for mercy tremblingly. "For the sake of my parents, let me go." Kahn said angrily, "Now I know I think of my parents. When you heard the news of their death, what was your reaction? Tell me. What was your reaction? Do you feel any sadness for them? Tell me, do you? P.S. It's 10 o'clock on the first day. Please ask for some flowers. Exclamation. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 11 Vados and #039, Worries. Chapter 11 Vados Worries. Facing Kahn's soul torture, Raditz was speechless. Yes. When he learned that Planet Vegeta was destroyed, and that Burdock and Jin turned into universe dust along with Planet Vegeta, Raditz felt nothing in his heart, and even wanted to laugh a little. Because to him, it didn't matter if Burdock and Jin were dead or not. The important thing is that he himself is still alive. After hesitating for a moment, Raditz still bit the bullet and said, "Of course I feel sad for my father and mother, but the dead cannot be resurrected, right?" Kahn couldn't help scoffing at Raditz's words. Sad? You are sad and lonely. Moreover, Kahn does not agree with the saying that people cannot be resurrected after death. In the world of Dragon Ball, people can be resurrected after death, and there is more than one way. But Kahn didn't bother to refute him, but sent another soul torture to him. Then tell me, why did you work for your father and mother's murderer for more than 20 years? Are you worthy of them? Raditz shivered. Kahn, before this, I didn't know. Don't know? Then you know now. Kahn said coldly, Raditz, for the sake of father and mother, I will give you a chance to live. Heard the words. Raditz was suddenly ecstatic. It doesn't matter if he admits to Kahn now, as long as he can survive. Anyway, there are still many opportunities to avenge his shame in the future. Where there is life, there is hope. However, Kahn's next words made Raditz stunned. I only heard Kahn say, since you are working under Frieza now, you must have a lot of opportunities to contact Frieza, kill Frieza, and bring his head to me. Otherwise I will personally send you to hell to apologize to your parents. Don't expect to escape. As long as you are still alive, no matter where you are, I can easily find you. Believe me, I can easily do these things. As soon as Kahn's words came out, Raditz's scalp couldn't help but tingle, and he shuddered fiercely. To kill Frieza? What is the difference between this and death? It's just the difference between dying by Kahn and dying by Frieza. Kahn's words seem to be mocking Raditz. You are too happy. But does Raditz have a choice? No choice. He could only bite the bullet and agree to leave the Earth alive first. Only by leaving the Earth alive can he have a chance to stand up. Seeing that Raditz agreed, Kahn naturally stopped killing him. But what happened just now is not over yet. My wife is timid. You scared her just now. Apology. Yes, I'm sorry, brother and sister. I was wrong just now. Please forgive me. Although very reluctant, under the threat of Kahn's 5,003 terrorist fighting power, Raditz had to bow his head to Vados and admit his mistake. Vados didn't respond, just shrank behind Kahn, as if afraid of Raditz. Okay, you can go now. After sending Raditz aboard the Universe spacecraft and leaving Earth, Kahn returned to Master Roshi's Sea Island. Seeing Son Goku staring at him, Kahn couldn't help asking, Goku, do you have anything to say? Kahn can also guess that Son Goku must have something to ask himself. It should be about Burdock and Jin. However, Son Goku shook his head after a little thought. Anyway, he has already figured out his life experience. From the conversation between Kahn and Raditz just now, he also learned that his parents have also been dead for more than 20 years. It doesn't make much sense to ask Burdock and Jin about it now. For now, it's enough for him and Kahn to live on Earth. After a pause, Son Goku suddenly asked, Brother Kahn, will Raditz bother us? Kahn looked at the sky and said thoughtfully, who knows, maybe it will, or maybe it won't. However, to be on the safe side, you still have to step up your cultivation and improve your strength to deal with dangers that may occur at any time. You must know that this world is not as peaceful as it appears on the surface. Son Goku nodded solemnly and said, Understood, Brother Kahn. Husband, I always feel that Raditz will come back again. Is it my illusion? In the evening, Vados, who returned home, was a little worried. She felt that Kahn should have killed Raditz today instead of letting the tiger go home. From her observations of Raditz, Raditz is by no means the kind of person who is frightened by Kahn. Kahn said, Don't feel it, he will definitely come back again. Then Vados didn't understand. Since he knew that Raditz would come back again, why did he let him go today? Kahn smiled calmly and said, My wife, don't worry, I naturally have my plan to let him go back. How to catch big fish without putting a long line? Kahn knew Raditz better than anyone, and he couldn't possibly assassinate Frieza when he went back, and even if he did, he couldn't succeed. After all, the strength gap between Raditz and Frieza lies there. After Raditz returns, there is a high probability that Vegeta and Nappa will be gathered to return to Earth. This is for sure. Vados nodded with a smile. Well, I trust my husband. Waiting for Kahn to take a shower in the bathroom, Vados took out Angel's staff and contacted her brother, trainee Angel Myers. It's Sister Vados. What's wrong? Myers was both surprised and surprised by Vados' call. Vados narrowed his beautiful eyes and said, Myers, you are a galactic patrolman in the 7th universe. I remember correctly. Yes. Very good. Vados urged. Take advantage of your position and help me keep an eye on a scion named Raditz. He just left Earth today on a spaceship called Universe. Please keep me informed if he makes any moves. Scion Raditz. Myers pondered for a while and said, Okay, I see. I will pay attention. Don't be afraid of 10,000, just in case. It's not that Vados doesn't trust Kahn, but he does so to ensure Kahn's safety. If Raditz comes back with someone far stronger than Kahn, then she will have to intervene. After all, she didn't want to see her husband's life in any danger. Anyone who might threaten Kahn's life, she must eradicate. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 12 Husband, what exactly are you holding? Chapter 12 Husband, what exactly are you holding? The Milky Way, Frieza No.79 planets crunch. The hatch of the healing device opened slowly, and the revived Raditz jumped out of it. Raditz, tell me why you came back in such a mess. In front of Raditz, there are Vegeta and Nappa. It was Vegeta who spoke. Half a month ago, Raditz's universe spaceship carried him back to planet Frieza No.79 because Raditz was seriously injured and dying, so Vegeta could only put him in a healing device for treatment. After half a month of treatment, Raditz was finally cured. At the same time, Vegeta has also developed a strong interest in Raditz's trip to the Earth. What did Raditz go through on Earth to come back in such a mess? Vegeta, Nappa Raditz was slightly taken aback, then his expression turned cold and he recounted his experiences on Earth back then. Does your younger brother named Kahn actually have 5,003 fighting strength? It's incredible. Nappa was slightly surprised. Because Kahn was born as a low-level fighter and grew up on a low-level planet like Earth, his combat power can reach 5,003, which is a bit unexpected. Vegeta said disapprovingly, HMPH, the mere 5,003's combat power is nothing to be afraid of. Have you heard the news about the Dragon Ball? Vegeta is more concerned about the Dragon Ball than Kahn, who is 5,003 fighting. Because he sent Raditz to Earth before, not only to win over Kahn and Son Goku, but the most important thing is Dragon Ball. Don't look at Vegeta playing under Frieza now, but in fact he has always wanted to turn himself into a serf and sing. After all, Vegeta is a Saiyan prince with his own arrogance. A real man was born between the heaven and the earth. How can he live in depression for a long time? But if he wanted to reverse Frieza, Vegeta couldn't do it with his current strength. Of course, Vegeta knew this very well, so he wanted to use the power of Dragon Ball to do it. Heard the words. Raditz was taken aback for a moment, then nodded and said, yes, I have heard about Dragon Balls. Dragon Balls do exist on Earth. In fact, Raditz never had time to find out about the Dragon Ball when he went to Earth. He said that just to get Vegeta to go to Earth. What about Wukian-san's combat effectiveness? In front of Vegeta, Kahn was also powerless to fight back. Raditz is well aware of this, so he wants to kill Kahn with the help of Vegeta. Let him go and kill Frieza. Don't be kidding, it's no different from dying. Raditz doesn't have the guts, let alone the strength. Therefore, in order to save his own life, Raditz can only use Vegeta's hand to kill Kahn, and he can only live if Kahn is dead. Is the news true? Vegeta asked in doubt. Yes. In order not to let Vegeta see the flaw, Raditz vowed, the news I found out is that the Dragon Ball on Earth can grant any wish. The corner of Vegeta's mouth raised. Very well, let's go to Earth immediately. Whoosh! In the universe space, 3 miniature universe spaceships flashed past like comets, leaving 3 long-tail flames in the universe space. These 3 miniature universe ships carry Vegeta, Nappa and Raditz. At the same time, Galactic Patrol Headquarters. Myers, who has been paying attention to Raditz's movements, also discovered the movements of the 3 of Vegeta, so he immediately reported the matter to Vados. How strong is that Vegeta? Vados asked. Myers replied, according to the records of the Galactic Patrol, Saiyan Prince Vegeta's combat effectiveness is around 18,000. That's it, I see, thank you Myers. After speaking, Vados hung up the call with Myers. Vegeta's combat power of 18,000 is more than 10,000 higher than that of Kahn. But in fact, Vados is not so worried, because Kahn's strength has grown by leaps and bounds recently. Since the Vegeta trio are about a year away from reaching Earth, it only needs to be that Kahn surpasses Vegeta within a year. On this point, Vados has no doubts. Even if Kahn can't do it himself, she can give Kahn some help. So where is Kahn now? In Magnum Capsule's company. Yesterday Bulma notified Kahn and told him to come and pick up the gravity training room today. Although Bulma said that she had no ability or interest, she actually helped Kahn develop the gravity training room. Here, it took me a lot of effort to make this, so don't break it. Bulma handed over an exquisite universal capsule box, crossing his arms and saying. After receiving the universal capsule box, Kahn praised with a smile, "Bulma, thank you. You are indeed the most outstanding scientist on Earth, bar none." That is. Bulma brushed her hair with her hands, as if enjoying being praised by Kahn. Kahn couldn't help but smile. "If you give you some sunshine, you will be brilliant. But there is one thing to say, Bulma is indeed one of the most outstanding scientists on Earth, and I am afraid that only Dr. Brive and Dr. Jiro can compete with him. As for money, Kahn will not mention it. Anyway, it wasn't a day or two since he had known Bulma. Besides, even if he mentioned it, Bulma wouldn't want it, so he seemed a little hypocritical." Leaving Magnum Capsules, Kahn went straight home. "I just got the gravity training room, so naturally I have to try the effect first. If you just read the original book, the training effect in the gravity training room in the early stage is indeed quite high, but you still have to try it yourself to know." As soon as he got home, Vados noticed the universal capsule box in Kahn's hand, so he asked, "Husband, what is that in your hand?" "This," Kahn said with a smile. "This is the gravity training room made by Bulma. With this, you can practice with half the effort." Vados was surprised and said in surprise, "It sounds very powerful." Kahn chuckled and suggested, "Honey, come take a look with me." "Ah, can you?" Vados seemed flattered. "Of course, come with me. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 13 I just drove 10 times the gravity. Dawn and -039 T you feel it? Chapter 13 I just drove 10 times the gravity. Don't you feel it? At the foot of the hill. At the foot of the mountain that was originally covered by a forest, a domed building suddenly appeared out of thin air. The dome building is about 300 square meters, and it stands out from the crowd in the densely covered forest. This domed building that suddenly appeared out of thin air is naturally Kahn's gravity training room. The gravity training room is empty except for a console. It's not very big, but it's almost enough for cultivation. Kahn looked around and nodded in satisfaction. "Honey, there's nothing here. How do you practice?" Vados asked with a big question mark on his pretty face. Kahn smiled and said, "It's said to be a gravity training room. Of course, you can apply multiple gravity to practice here talking." Kahn came to the console next to the wall of the gravity chamber, followed by Vados. After a cursory glance at the instruction manual prepared by Bulma, Kahn found that the gravity training room was also easy to operate. There is a green and red button on the console. The green button is on and the red button is off. In addition, there are number buttons from 1 to 50 on the console, corresponding to the gravity multiples. To turn on several times the gravity, press the corresponding number button. Although the console is a bit rudimentary, it is also simple and easy to understand. Even a novice like Kahn can easily control this gravity training room. Kahn then pressed the green start button, and then pressed the number 2 gravity multiplier button hum. The moment he turned on the double gravity, Kahn could immediately feel his shoulders sinking. Sprinkle water. Twice the gravity. There is no difficulty for Kahn's current strength. So, Kahn then had to press the 10 gravity button. The entire gravity training room was instantly subjected to 10 times the gravity, and Kahn's body sank accordingly. Huh, 10 times the gravity seems to be just right. Feeling the heavy pressure on his shoulders, Kahn thought to himself. Under 10 times the gravity, Kahn will neither feel too difficult nor too relaxed, which is a gravity multiple that is more in line with his current strength. Practicing under 10 times the gravity should be able to achieve good results and many more suddenly. Kahn realizes an important problem. Vados seems to be still here. He was patronizing the testing gravity training room just now, and he forgot that Vados was here too. Just because he can withstand 10 times the force of gravity doesn't mean that Vados can also withstand 10 times the force of gravity. It's over. Kahn suddenly felt bad, but when he turned around to check Vados' situation, he was dumbfounded. I saw that under 10 times the gravity, Vados was still standing beside him like a green lotus, and there was nothing unusual, just like usual. During Setsuna, Kahn was shocked. "Honey, are you all right?" "What?" Vados' beautiful eyes widened, as if he didn't understand the meaning of Kahn's words. Kahn was shocked. "I just drove 10 times the gravity, didn't you feel it?" Oops. As soon as Kahn finished speaking, Vados fell down with a plop. Vados lay on the ground with all 5 bodies cast down, with a painful expression on his face. He said, "Old husband, I can't breathe, I'm about to die." See. Kahn was so frightened that he hurriedly turned off the gravity effect. 10 times the gravity was released, and Kahn quickly helped Vados up. Resting Vados' head on his lap, Kahn asked urgently, "How are you, wife? Do you feel uncomfortable?" Vados clutched his chest, breathed heavily, and said, "Honey, I'm in pain here. I'm a little out of breath. I'm sorry. It's all my fault that I didn't notice that you were here." Kahn apologized guiltily, and then quickly gave Vados artificial respiration. If Vados didn't burp in one breath, then he would be a sinner through the ages. Fortunately, after doing artificial respiration for a while, Vados' breathing gradually stabilized, and Kahn's hanging heart finally let go. After the artificial respiration, there was still a blush on Vados' cheeks. "Honey, are you okay?" Kahn asked with concern. "Well, it's all right, husband, don't worry." Vados blushed and said softly. Kahn breathed a long sigh of relief, and then said, "Speaking of what happened just now, this is also the point that Kahn has been unable to figure out. Logically speaking, for a weak woman like Vados, let alone 10 times the gravity, she might not be able to bear even double the gravity. But the situation just now is true. After Kahn activated double and 10 times gravity, Vados was like a normal person, completely unaffected by gravity until just now. Vados rolled her beautiful eyes and said, "My husband, maybe my reflex arc is relatively long." Vados made a random excuse and explained. Kahn's head was full of black lines. "Then your reflex arc is too long." "Ah, okay." Kahn said, "I was negligent just now. I hope my wife can forgive me." But it seems that it can only be explained in this way, otherwise Kahn can't figure out why the situation just happened. "It's okay, husband. Whenever one is careless, you don't have to blame yourself." Vados squinted and smiled. At the same time, Vados heaved a long sigh of relief inwardly, almost revealing his identity just now. The main thing is that the 10 times the gravity that Kahn turned on had no effect on Vados at all, and she didn't even notice that the gravity changed. This led to the scene just now. Heard the words. Kahn gazed at Vados with great affection, tenderness in his eyes. Such a considerate and reasonable wife, in Kahn's previous life, is really impossible to find with a lantern. How can a husband ask for such a wife? Vados' broad-mindedness and attitude made Kahn secretly swear to treat her well a long time. Kahn just picked up Vados in the princess's arms and said softly, "I'll send you back to rest. I won't practice today, so I'll be with you. Actually, I have nothing to do. Husband, if you want to practice, you can practice." Vados said so. She wants to improve Kahn's strength as soon as possible to deal with Vegeta, who is about to descend on Earth a year later. Secondly, Kahn's current strength is too weak. Even if Vados wants to teach him personally, he can't teach him. Because Kahn can only become stronger through combat or physical training at present, he cannot learn higher skills at all. For example, the extreme mind of freedom or the extreme mind of self. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 14 The Terrifying Increase in Combat Power, Vegeta Descends on Earth. The 14th chapter of the Terrifying Combat Power Upgrade, Vegeta Descends on the Earth. It doesn't matter if I don't practice for a day or two, I mainly want to be with you. Kahn said so. With such a beautiful and considerate wife, if it wasn't because the world of Dragon Ball is too dangerous, Kahn would really like to be by her side every day without practicing. Unfortunately, this is the world of Dragon Ball. A world where the strong will easily destroy the world, destroy the stars, and even destroy the universe. If you don't practice to make yourself stronger, you can't protect yourself at all, let alone protecting his wife Puff. Vados was amused and said with a smile, "Husband is so kind. In this kind of daily and warm days of practicing, growing vegetables, and getting bored with my wife, a year slipped away quietly at my fingertips. During this year, apart from insisting on signing in and clocking in every day, Kahn has not stopped practicing. Therefore, Kahn's strength has improved rapidly. System, daily check-in. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the daily check-in and getting the daily check-in reward, 1000 combat power improvement cards. Ding! Congratulations to the host for signing in for 14 months and getting a reward, unlimited energy. Huh, infinite energy? This cow. Hearing this, Kahn was ecstatic. Isn't infinite energy the infinite energy device that Dr. Giro installed in the bodies of No. 17 and No. 18? With this, it means that Kahn will no longer have to worry about energy and stamina in future battles. He can use various energy attacks unscrupulously without worrying about energy depletion. This is equivalent to unlimited MP and infinite energy can be used not only for combat, but also for something unisex. The 14-month sign-in reward can be said to be a surprise. As for why the daily sign-in reward is 1000 combat power improvement cards, Kahn has figured this out a long time ago. This sign-in system will issue daily rewards as Kahn's own strength improves. Host, Kahn. Age, 26 years old. Bloodline, Advanced Saiyan Bloodline. Combat Strength, 680,365. Skills, Breath Control, Flying Technique, Infinite Energy, Instant Transmission. Well, not bad. Looking at his completely new attribute panel, Kahn couldn't help but nodded with satisfaction. Through this year's daily check-in to obtain combat power improvement cards, as well as hard training in the gravity training room, Kahn's combat power has directly increased from the unbreakable 10,000 at the beginning to the terrifying value of 680,000 today. But Kahn is not satisfied with the current combat power of 680,000. This insignificant combat power is not even as good as one of Frieza's fingers. To take down Frieza's head and avenge Burdock and Jin, the 680,000 combat power alone is not enough, but the improvement of strength doesn't happen overnight. Let's do the work first. Kahn muttered something to himself, then walked out of the room. The vegetables in the vegetable garden are almost ripe, and today is the day to pick them. Kahn plans to pick all the vegetables in the vegetable garden today and transport them to the Zidu farmers market for sale. This is one of Kahn's few current sources of income. After all, to get by, money is still necessary. Husband, wake up, let's have breakfast. As soon as he left the room, Vados' sweet and pleasant voice came. Today, Vados is wearing a pink and white t-shirt. His proud career line is looming, which makes people imagine. The delicate oval face is slightly powdered, and there is a charming smile on the vermilion lips, like flowers blooming in spring, stunning. After more than a year of marriage, Vados looks the same, even more beautiful than before. Kahn nodded with a smile and said, "I won't practice today." I'll collect the vegetables after dinner. Noon. 3 miniature universe spacecraft passed through the Earth's atmosphere like 3 meteors, dragging a long tail flame into the Earth's interior. These 3 universe spacecraft rushed to the ground at a terrifying speed of thousands of meters per second. Some moment boom. With a loud noise, the 3 spaceships of the universe crashed into a city near the western capital, and the huge impact smashed a large hole in the ground. And those 3 universe spaceships were lying quietly in the big pit. The movement here has caused many passers-by to stop and watch, and the nearby media reporters even came here to report live here crunch. When passers-by pointed to the 3 universe spaceships, the hatches of the universe spaceships suddenly opened. Then, under the eyes of everyone and the camera, Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, all wearing Frieza army combat uniforms, stepped out in unison. It's human. Who are they? I do not know. They look kind of weird. The onlookers whispered to the 3 of Vegeta from a distance. This is the Earth. Vegeta looked around with a wicked smile on his lips. From the eyes of passers-by watching, Vegeta saw a hint of fear. Yes. Raditz nodded. Nappa sneered and said, how about greeting these people who are making a fuss? Don't hit too hard. Vegeta said so, but in his heart he didn't care about the lives of these people at all. For him, killing a human being from another planet is like trampling an ant to death, without any psychological burden or pressure. With Vegeta's permission, Nappa smiled. And these onlookers and media reporters have not yet realized the horror that is about to happen. Under the gaze of everyone, Nappa stretched out 2 fingers, and then slightly hooked boom. Terrifying energy spread around the 3 of Vegeta, engulfing the entire city in an instant. Under this terrifying energy, countless buildings in this bustling city, as well as tens of millions of people, instantly evaporated. The party involved was quite satisfied with his masterpiece at the same time. Bayazi Mountain. Son Goku, who was practicing daily, sensed the powerful aura from the 3 of Vegeta. He immediately looked towards a certain direction of the sky. Cold sweat broke out on his forehead, as if he was facing an enemy. This is Raditz's Kai, and 2 strange kiss. Raditz's anger is stronger than a year ago. But what disturbed Son Goku the most were the other 2 strange auras. The other 2 strange Kai, one was stronger than the other. The strongest Kai even made him feel terrified and chills down his spine. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 15 Kahn that bastard, Vegeta will send him to hell. Chapter 15 Kahn that bastard, Vegeta will send him to hell. Raditz is that the scary guy. Son Goku on the side couldn't help but feel the name Raditz. Raditz left him a terrible impression more than a year ago, so much so that Son Gohan is still afraid of his uncle until now. Son Goku nodded gravely. When Kahn let Raditz go, he had a premonition that Raditz would come back again as predicted. Today, more than a year later, Raditz is back. And this time, Raditz is no longer alone, but also brought accomplices. The strength of these 2 accomplices is far stronger than Raditz. I sensed a huge explosion of energy just now. Presumably they started to kill. Son Goku said angrily, these bastards. Earth is not where they should come from. After knowing his life experience, Son Goku hated the Saiyans like Raditz even more. Although he is a Saiyan, Son Goku grew up on the Earth. Saying that he is a Saiyan, Son Goku prefers to call himself a person from the Earth. He does not want his life to be affected by the Saiyans from Raditz. During this year, under Kahn's urging, Son Goku also conducted extremely arduous training, and he also trained Son Gohan. Compared with a year ago, Son Goku's current strength has greatly increased. He no longer fears Raditz, but compared with Vegeta and Nappa, Son Goku's strength is still not enough. But this is not the reason for Son Goku to back down. Since Raditz came because of him, he must come forward to stop it. Gohan, you stay home and protect Mom. After confessing, Son Goku didn't say a word, and the flying technique was cast, heading towards the direction of Vegeta's breath at the same time. Piccolo, Tine Shinhan, Yamcha, Kling, and other Earthsea fighters couldn't sit still anymore. The three of Vegeta destroyed a city as soon as they landed on Earth, and they obviously couldn't stay out of it. How can there be eggs in a full nest? If Vegeta and the others are not stopped, disaster will soon befall them. For the Earth, for the homeland they live in, and for themselves and their relatives and friends, they must stand up and fight for the Earth. Magnum Capsule Company. Bulma also witnessed the horror scene of Nappa destroying a city in the blink of an eye just now through the live broadcast of media reporters. Bulma's pretty face was immediately pale and bloodless with fright. My God! It's terrible. Bulma panicked and took out her mobile phone and dialed Kahn's number. In this critical moment, the first person Bulma thinks of is Kahn. Western Farmers Market. Kahn and Vados had just shipped their garden produce to the farmers' market for wholesale sale when Kahn got a call from Bulma. Hey Kahn, where are you? On the phone, Bulma's trembling voice was full of panic. I just got to the farmers' market. What's up? Kahn said. It's not good. Bulma panicked and said, that person from back then, here he is again. You said this, I already know. Kahn said casually, don't worry, nothing will happen. The moment Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz landed on the Earth, Kahn sensed their Kai. How could he not know? But Bulma said anxiously, they have already destroyed a city, you go and stop them. Compared to the extremely anxious Bulma, Kahn seemed much calmer. He said slowly, don't worry, I'll talk about it after I sell out the dishes. I have to stop this dish. After speaking, Kahn hung up the phone. Bulma on the other end stomped his feet in anger. Why is he still thinking about selling vegetables at this time? Bulma can't understand Kahn. Now that the Earth is in crisis, Kahn is still in the mood to sell vegetables. Bulma can't understand Kahn because her family background is different from Kahn's. She is indeed the richest man in the world, but Kahn's family background is not that good, especially in a metropolis like Western Capital. The couple of Kahn and Vados basically can only rely on the meager income of selling vegetables to make ends meet. Husband, what's the matter? Vados pretended not to understand and asked. Kahn smiled and said, it's okay, it's just that Raditz came again and brought 2 accomplices. Huh? Did he kill that Frieza man? Vados asked. Is it possible? Kahn snorted and said, if he has the ability to kill Frieza, he won't be in a nest. Let's not talk about him, let's sell the vegetables first. The words are divided into 2 ends. Son Goku, Piccolo, and others arrived at the place where the 3 of Vegeta were located almost at the same time. It was a big city just now, but now it has become a dilapidated ruin. Whoosh! Several figures swept over from the sky and landed in front of the 3 of Vegeta in unison. It was Son Goku and his team. I can feel a strong aura from them, as if being suppressed by an evil spirit. Helen stared at the 3 of Vegeta with great fear, his voice trembling. Yes. Tine Shinhan nodded in agreement. This is the strongest opponent he has ever encountered. During Setsuna, Son Goku and his party are facing an enemy. All of them could sense the extraordinary terrifying aura on the 3 of Vegeta. Compared with them, it is simply a dimensionality reduction blow. Oh, here comes a group of brats. Nappa laughed jokingly, and then pressed the combat power detector worn on his left eye. Drip drip. Combat power value, 2800. This is Son Goku's combat power value, and it is also the highest among them. The second is Piccolo's, which is in the early 1000. Qi Lin Tian Jinfen is even lower, with only a pitiful few hundred combat effectiveness. There are 2008 combat strength. Nappa stared at Son Goku, slightly surprised. Raditz, is this your younger brother? Yes. Raditz nodded. He's Kakarot. Raditz. Son Goku gritted his teeth and yelled at Raditz, you bastard, what are you doing on Earth? Raditz put his hands on his chest and joked, My dear brother, of course I came to Earth to invite you to join us. After all, we are the only Saiyan who survived now, so we should unite even more, shouldn't we? As for that bastard Kahn, Vegeta will send him to hell later. You don't have to worry about that. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 16 Powerful Nappa, Desperate Sea Warrior. Chapter 16 The Mighty Nappa, the Desperate Sea Warrior. Asshole. Son Goku looked serious. He doesn't want to be with those murderous guys like Raditz. In Son Goku's heart, he has long believed that he is an Earthling, a kind-hearted Earthling. He doesn't want to be with these brutal Saiyans like Raditz. What are you doing here on Earth? At this time, Piccolo asked with an extremely fearful look. He could also feel the strong sense of oppression emanating from Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz. Not to mention the stronger Vegeta and Nappa, just Raditz made Piccolo feel his terror a year ago. Nappa's eyes fell on Piccolo, and he sneered like a cat playing with a mouse. The purpose of our coming to Earth is for the Dragon Ball. Obediently hand over the Dragon Ball. Maybe I can give you a happy death. Have to. They are all going to die together. Even if Piccolo and others are stupid, they will know. This matter will definitely not be good today. Either they die today or drive the three of Vegeta away. Other than that, there won't be a second ending. Immediately, Piccolo and others immediately took a fighting posture, ready to face the Saiyans who invaded the Earth. Even though they know they are invincible, they have no way out when the Earth is alive and dead. See? Nappa clenched his fist, and his murderous heart suddenly rose. Vegeta, let me clean up these brats, right? Vegeta crossed his arms and said nothing. It is the default. In Vegeta's eyes, people like Son Goku and Piccolo are no different from garbage, and they are not worth his hands at all. Let Nappa dismiss them as he pleases. With Vegeta's tacit consent, Nappa glanced at him and finally landed on the bald Kling, and then grinned sinisterly. That little bald man over there, let's start with you. During Setsuna, the breath of death welled up in his heart, and Kellen's scalp burst instantly. Call out. The moment the words fell, Nappa moved. He was extremely fast, and as an afterimage passed by, a muffled sound came out. Before everyone could react, Klin screamed and flew backwards. Okay, so fast. The scene of Nappa's thundershot shocked everyone present. And when Son Goku, Piccolo, and others reacted, they found that Nappa was already among them. Immediately, everyone felt as if they were facing an enemy. Hey! The corner of Nappa's mouth raised, and then his thick thigh swept away puff. The dumplings closest to Nappa are swept away by Nappa-like garbage dumpling. Tine Shinhan's pupils shrank suddenly. Asshole. Son Goku and Piccolo looked at each other, and then the two made a thunderous strike. The two were sandwiched between two sides and attacked Nappa together. Boom. Boom. The next moment, the attacks of Son Goku and Piccolo landed firmly on Nappa, but the next second they were dumbfounded. Under the joint attack of Son Goku and Piccolo, Nappa was unscathed, and he didn't even move half a step, as if the attack of Son Goku and Piccolo had no effect on him at all. What? Son Goku and Piccolo's pupils shrank, and their minds were shocked. Nappa showed a row of white teeth, jokingly said, "It doesn't hurt at all." What? Immediately, Nappa shouted loudly, and his thick thigh swept away again. Son Goku, Piccolo, Tine Shinhan, and Yamcha were all swept away. Subsequently, Son Goku and others regrouped and joined forces to attack Nappa. Fierce battles were staged on the ruins of the city. The joint attack of Son Goku and the others caused Nappa a lot of scars, but for the rough-skinned and thick-skinned Nappa, these scars were nothing more than sprinkling water, not at all. Does it hurt? On the contrary. Son Goku and others are miserable. Nappa's combat power is 4,000, while Son Goku's highest combat power is only 2,008. In just a few minutes, Gyouzi, Tine Shinhan, and Piccolo were bombarded by Nappa one after another. Yamcha and Kellen were also seriously injured and could not recover. Son Goku's situation is not much better than theirs. Under Nappa's terrifying force, Son Goku's ribs were broken and his strength was greatly reduced. To describe Son Goku and others as a broken army is a perfect fit. This guy is too strong. Helen lay on the ground, looking at Nappa with despair in his eyes. All of them teamed up, and they were even worse than a Nappa. The opponent's strength is obviously not at the same level as theirs, and this is the first time they have encountered such a powerful enemy, powerful enough to make them despair. Asshole, Tine Shinhan and Piccolo, they were all killed. Yamcha was desperate, angry, and unwilling, not to mention the three of Piccolo were killed. Even Son Goku didn't have much resistance under Nappa's hands. Nappa's power is so desperate. Nappa's big feet stepped on Son Goku's back, holding Son Goku's hair with one hand, and lifted his head up. Is this not enough? I haven't played enough. What a bunch of rubbish. At this time, Son Goku was seriously injured and he almost didn't even have the strength to answer Nappa's words. As Nappa stepped on his back a little harder, Son Goku screamed like a pig sighed. Raditz watched the scene blankly. He immediately stepped forward and gestured to Nappa, and Nappa also handed Son Goku to Raditz. Raditz also grabbed Son Goku by the hair, lifted him roughly from the ground, and said expressionlessly, "Kakarot, if you want to survive, don't be so ignorant like Kahn." Immediately, Raditz gestured to Klin and Yamcha, who were seriously injured, and said, "Don't be naive, let go of your nature, and kill them both. I think Vegeta will recognize you as our companion." Wishful thinking. Son Goku opened his eyelids with difficulty, looked at Raditz angrily, and said, "I won't be with you bastards. Even if I die, Brother Kahn will avenge me." When it comes to Kahn, Raditz's anger is all over the place. It's not good for Son Goku to mention anything to him, but Kahn must be mentioned to him. Puff. Raditz punched heavily on Son Goku's lower abdomen, and Son Goku screamed again, a mouthful of blood gushing out. His expression gradually became grim due to the severe pain. "Kakarot, why do you think I dare to come back today? I admit that I am not Kahn's opponent, but in front of Vegeta, what is his Kahn's fighting power? P.S. The data does not move at all. Please, readers who are willing to make a fortune, please send some flowers." Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 17 Kakarot, Goodbye. Chapter 17 Kakarot, Goodbye Raditz. Since your little brother is so ignorant, it's up to you to kill him yourself. At this time, Vegeta, who had been silent for a long time, spoke. Raditz nodded, looked at Son Goku again, and said indifferently, "Kakarot, this is the path you chose, so don't blame me, a big brother, for not thinking about brotherhood." The words fell. Raditz threw Son Goku into the air, and a beam of energy exuding a breath of death condensed on his fingertips. Although Son Goku is his younger brother, Raditz doesn't have much affection for his younger brother. If Son Goku is sensible, he doesn't mind letting Son Goku join their team. But since Son Goku is so clueless, it doesn't hurt to kill him. Goku. Seeing this scene, the pupils of Kellen, who was lying on the ground, suddenly constricted. Bastard. Yamcha gritted his teeth. Piccolo, Tine Shinhan, and Dumpling had already been killed by them. Are they really going to kill them all? Yamcha tried to get up to stop Raditz, but with all his strength he couldn't get up from the ground. Compared to Kellen and Yamcha's desperate hysteria, Vegeta and Nappa watched this scene with a sneer. For Vegeta, people who are useless and useless to him do not need to be kept alive. Killed 100 directly so. Even Son Goku is also Saiyan, but since he doesn't want to join his team, he should be killed next second call out. The energy beam gathered by Raditz's fingertips shot out rapidly, pointing directly at Son Goku's heart. Goku. Goku. Kling and Yamcha's eyes widened completely at this moment. They stared at this scene. Their eyes were tearing apart. Since they met Son Goku has been their backbone. He destroyed the evil armed organization Red Ribbon Legion and saved countless people from fire and water. He even defeated Piccolo Daimao and saved the world. But today, is it going to end up in such a tragic end? Kakarot, goodbye. The energy beam shot out, and the corner of Raditz's mouth twitched. However, just when the energy beam was about to penetrate Son Goku's heart, a black shadow seemed to flash across the sky. With the flash of this black shadow, Son Goku in midair also disappeared. Raditz's energy beam naturally also fell through how? Seeing this, Raditz was startled suddenly. Vegeta and Nappa also frowned. They looked around and finally found a tall and straight figure behind Raditz. Son Goku, who was seriously injured, was held in his arms and gently lowered to the ground. Seeing the visitor, Kellen and Yamcha, who were already in despair, suddenly became ecstatic. Because this person is Son Goku's big brother, Kahn. Putting Son Goku on the ground, Kahn took out another fairy bean and fed it to Son Goku. Kaka. Although Son Goku is seriously injured, he still has the strength to eat fairy beans. After eating the fairy beans, Son Goku recovered from his injuries almost instantly. Not only that, as the injury recovered, Son Goku's Kai also increased a lot. Brother Kahn handed over a small cloth bag and said, "There are still a few fairy beans here. You can give them to Kellen to eat, and then leave it to me." "Okay, Brother Kahn, you should also be careful. They are very powerful." "How?" Vegeta and Nappa were dumbfounded when they saw Son Goku, who was seriously injured and dying. But now he was resurrected with full blood. What the hell kind of black technology is this? But Raditz, who turned around and saw the comer clearly, paled in shock. The scene when I was crushed by Kahn at the beginning is still vivid in my mind. "Hey Kahn, it's you." Raditz gasped suddenly. The eyes he looked at Kahn were full of dread and fear. Although there are Vegeta and Nappa, Raditz still has the guts to face Kahn alone. Immediately, Raditz hurriedly retreated to Vegeta's side, staying with Vegeta and Nappa. Raditz felt a little bit safe. "Is he Kahn?" Vegeta frowned slightly, and his eyes fell on Kahn. "Yes," Raditz said fearfully, with cold sweat rolling down his forehead. "It doesn't look very strong." Nappa looked Kahn up and down and said casually, "As long as he is wearing a combat power detector and detects Kahn's combat power a little bit, he will not say these words." Kahn ignored Vegeta and Nappa and said to Raditz, "Raditz, it seems that you must have killed Frieza when you came back this time." "Very well, where's his head?" "Kahn, you haven't figured out your situation yet." With Vegeta by his side, Raditz spoke confidently. "Did you see Vegeta next to me? He is Prince Saiyan, a genius fighter. In the eyes of Vegeta, your combat power is no different from that of an ant. Now kneel down and admit your mistake. Maybe I can plead with Vegeta to spare your life for you." The corner of Vegeta's mouth twitched. Obviously he was very pleased with Raditz's flattery. "So, you didn't kill Frieza, you came back, right?" Kahn didn't take Raditz's words to heart at all, and said with a smile, "It seems that you are quite self-aware and know that you can't hide, so you choose to take the initiative. Come to die. Hey, don't you see me and Vegeta here? You dare to be so arrogant in front of me and Vegeta. I think you are tired of your life." Nappa scolded angrily, "Forget it. Since you're tired of work, then let me send you on your way." The moment the words fell, boom! The ground under Nappa's feet crumbled and his sturdy body rushed towards Kahn in a charging posture. The fist, which was bigger than Kahn's head, slammed down towards Kahn's face with terrifying power. Bang, bang, bang! Where Nappa's fist passed, there were bursts of sonic booms. It is not difficult to imagine how powerful Nappa's punch is. "Brother Kahn, get out of the way." Seeing the scene, Son Goku shouted at Kahn in panic. He had personally fought Nappa just now, so he knew exactly how strong Nappa was. Kahn's strength may also be very strong, but it is obviously impossible to resist Nappa's powerful blow. Compared to the worried Son Goku, Kahn smiled casually. When Nappa's fist was about to come down, Kahn raised his right hand slightly. Snapped. Next second, Son Goku, Kellen and Yamcha's pupils widened suddenly, watching this scene in disbelief. Nappa's pupils shrank suddenly, and he took a deep breath. How is this possible? Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 18 We failed to penetrate the enemy and -039's armor. Shocked Vegeta. Chapter 18 We failed to penetrate the enemy's armor. Shocked Vegeta. I see. Facing Nappa's powerful punch, Kahn easily blocked Nappa's punch with only one index finger. Even Kahn's body didn't move a bit. So soft, haven't you eaten? Kahn raised his eyelids slightly, and his tone was flat, without any waves on his face. But there was a strong sense of irony in the words. How dare you underestimate me? The blue veins on Nappa's forehead bloomed, and the monstrous anger was burning. Who is he? He is Vegeta's right-hand man. Right-hand man. Who is Kahn? Although Kahn is a Saiyan with him, Kahn is just a Saiyan who grew up on a low-level planet like Earth. Therefore, being so underestimated by Kahn, Nappa's anger also came up for a while. Then he raised his left hand high and clenched his claws into a fist. Then suddenly smashed down. Watch me kill you like strangling an ant. Slap! Nappa's angry roar resounded through the sky, followed by the crisp sound of bone breaking. During Setsuna, the world was silent. Time seems to stop at this moment. Nappa, who was clamoring to kill Kahn just now, stopped abruptly. His left fist stayed in the air, unable to fall any further. Nappa stared fixedly at Kahn's face that was close at hand. The luster and charm in her eyes were fading rapidly. He never thought that he would die at the hands of a person whom he looked down upon so much. Kahn withdrew the knife from Nappa's neck and said disdainfully, "The yelling just now was very vigorous. I thought you were so powerful, but that's the end?" Rubbish. Thump. After Kahn's voice fell, Nappa's strong body also collapsed like a building. Until the moment of death, Nappa's eyes did not close. It is yes to die with peace. One move. Witnessing Kahn killing Nappa with one move, Kellen's scalp tingled and he gasped. Just now, the 6 of them went together and failed to cause any substantial damage to Nappa. On the contrary, Piccolo, Tine Shinhan, and Dumpling were also killed by Nappa's men. The enemy, they were almost invincible just now, in Kahn's hands, was like a baby, powerless to fight back. Gulu. Yamcha swallowed hard, and said in shock, Kahn is too strong. This is a powerful enemy that none of us can defeat together. Kling and Yamcha were overwhelmed. If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, they wouldn't have believed it. Nappa, who they couldn't defeat just now, was killed by Kahn in one move. Brother Kahn should have practiced very hard these days, and now he has left me far behind. Son Goku couldn't help but be amazed. Thinking back to 2 years ago, Kahn's strength was even slightly weaker than him. Now Kahn has left him far behind. It seems that he has to work harder in the future, otherwise he will never be able to catch up with Kahn. Nappa looking at Nappa, who had turned into a cold corpse, Raditz's fear of Kahn deepened a bit. According to his knowledge of Kahn's combat power is 5,300. Although Nappa is not as good as Kahn, it is still 4,000. Impossible to be instantly killed by Kahn. Then there is only one explanation. In more than a year, Kahn's strength has become stronger again. HMPH, what a waste. Regarding Nappa's death, Vegeta remained calm. Always Nappa fought with him since he was a child, but Vegeta has no compassion for Nappa's death and even thinks he is a waste. Vegeta, no, at this moment, Raditz has gradually felt that something is wrong. Raditz, you worry too much. Vegeta is naturally aware of Raditz's concerns, but Vegeta believes that he can easily kill Nappa with one move. So Vegeta didn't feel any shock when Kahn killed Nappa in one move. On the contrary, he still thinks that if Kahn can't even kill Nappa in seconds, then he is not qualified to fight him. Immediately, Vegeta took a step forward and said, "You are Raditz's younger brother Kahn. You performed very well just now. If you can join us, I will welcome you as my right-hand man. If you don't know current affairs, my prince, I don't mind killing you either." Heard the words. Kahn couldn't help but shook his head with a smile and said, "You know, in my opinion, what you said is as ridiculous as an ant threatening to kill an elephant." Yes. Vegeta was also amused. He thought he was crazy enough, but Kahn was even crazier than himself. So far, Vegeta has already known Kahn's choice. It seems that it is impossible for Kahn to join his team. In this case, Vegeta stretched out his left thumb and pointed at himself, arrogantly said, "I am Saiyan Prince Vegeta. You are a mere low-level fighter, and you dare to speak nonsense in front of this prince. Then let you see my strength, Vegeta." The words fell. Vegeta immediately assumed a fighting stance. Kahn didn't speak, but just hooked his fingers towards Vegeta. The provocation was self-evident. Being provoked repeatedly by Kahn, Vegeta also became murderous. His eyes were angry. "I'm not a piece of trash like Nappa. If you dare to underestimate me, you will die in an ugly way. Call out." Vegeta didn't hesitate anymore, and launched an attack with a thunderous force. Bang bang bang. The fierce offensive enveloped Kahn like a storm, cutting off Kahn's retreat. However, facing Vegeta's violent attack, Kahn did not dodge anything, allowing Vegeta's violent attack to rain on him. Bang bang bang. Vegeta's punches, kicks, moves, waves, and bounces all greeted Kahn firmly. The muffled sound continued to be heard, smoke and dust rose, and thick smoke splashed in all directions. After a round of attacks, Vegeta retreated a distance, with a smug smile on his lips. "What an idiot. You actually received all of my Vegeta's attacks, so what?" Before Vegeta had time to be proud, a careless voice came out from the smoke and dust. "What?" Vegeta was taken aback. Although the round of attack just now did not use all its strength, it was by no means something ordinary people could bear. But right now, Kahn is unscathed after withstanding one of his attacks. As the smoke cleared, Kahn reappeared in Vegeta's sight. I saw that Kahn was still standing on the spot like an iron tower. Not to mention the injuries, Kahn didn't even have dust on his face. Obviously, Vegeta's attack just now didn't even break Kahn's defense. "We failed to penetrate the enemy's armor. Impossible. No one can take my Vegeta's attack unscathed." Vegeta figured something must be wrong then. Only then did he remember to press the combat power detector button on his left eye, ready to check Kahn's combat power value. As long as he figured out Kahn's combat power value, he would know what happened just now. Drip drip. As Vegeta presses the button, the numbers representing Kahn's combat power value on the combat power detector begin to change. With the change of combat power value, Vegeta's expression changed from bewildered to unbelievable to shocked in just 3 seconds. P.S. Ask for flowers. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Chapter 19. I still like your rebellious appearance just now. Chapter 19. I still like your rebellious appearance just now. 50,000, 60,000, 100,000. Impossible. This is impossible. After the combat power value on the combat power detector soared to 100,000, it was still soaring at a high speed. In other words, Kahn's fighting power is far more than 100,000. Diddy. Boom. In the end, because Kahn's combat power value was too high, the combat power detector could not measure such a high combat power value, resulting in an explosion. At this moment, Vegeta has been shocked beyond measure. Who would have thought that Saiyan, who was born as a low-level fighter, has a fighting power of hundreds of thousands? Vegeta can't take it. He is a majestic Saiyan prince, a genius fighter, and now his combat power is only 18,000. Kahn, a low-level fighter, was born a few years later than him, and his combat power can reach a terrifying value of hundreds of thousands, which is totally unreasonable. It must be an instrument failure. Vegeta recovered from the shock. He can't accept it. Can't accept the fact that Kahn has hundreds of thousands of combat power values. Therefore, he can only explain it with an instrument failure. Raditz, use your detector, Vegeta said with dark eyes. Raditz nodded slightly and then pressed the button of the combat power detector. Diddy. Boom. A few seconds later, Raditz's combat power detector also exploded. At this moment, Vegeta and Raditz turned pale and bloodless. If it is reasonable to say that one instrument fails, two instruments fail together, this is impossible. Moreover, what they brought out was a new type of combat power detector, which couldn't break down so easily. With a sullen face, Vegeta asked, Raditz, are you sure that Kahn's fighting power was only 5003 a year ago? Vegeta only felt that he had been fooled by Raditz. This is 5003 combat power. Are you going to fool me to die? 18,000 combat power versus hundreds of thousands. This is simply a dung beetle attacking the toilet at night, courting death. Even if Vegeta transforms into a great ape and has 10 times more combat power, he is no match for Kahn. Raditz took a breath and said in a trembling voice, I'm sure Kahn's fighting power was 5003 a year ago. How could his fighting power soar to hundreds of thousands in just 1 year? If there is nothing wrong with the combat power detector, they came to Earth today, and they really came to seek death. No wonder Kahn had no fear when facing the three of them just now turn out to be. Today's Kahn is no longer what it used to be. This is prepared. Raditz. When Vegeta and Raditz were shocked, Kahn's indifferent voice came. Vegeta is your reliance on returning to Earth. If this is the case, then I will defeat your reliance first, and then slowly settle accounts with you. Tread. Vegeta and Raditz looked up suddenly, only to see that Kahn had already started walking towards them step by step. During Setsuna, cold sweat broke out on Vegeta's forehead, and he looked panicked. There is no longer the invincible demeanor just now. Vegeta wanted to turn around and run away, but his pride and arrogance did not allow him to do so. Kahn presses every step of the way, and Vegeta can only keep backing away. In the blink of an eye, Kahn, who was tens of meters away, suddenly appeared in front of Vegeta. Vegeta's little man is really as small as an ant in front of the tall and straight Kahn. Prince Saiyan, right? Pia. Genius fighter, huh? Pia. Kahn slapped Vegeta mercilessly in the face twice. Vegeta found desperately that he didn't even have the courage to resist in front of Kahn. In just a few seconds, Vegeta was slapped to the ground by Kahn. His face was bruised and purple, and he was beaten into a pig's head. This is still Kahn's hand, otherwise Vegeta's end will not be much better than Nappa. Is this Prince Saiyan a genius fighter? What rubbish! Kahn stepped on Vegeta's face, disdainful. The Raditz people on the side were dumbfounded. This horse is Vegeta. He was beaten by Kahn like a 3-year-old child, unable to fight back. Back to Earth this time, Raditz originally expected Vegeta to deal with Kahn, but the result? The one who got cleaned up was Vegeta. At this moment, Raditz was shocked and desperate. He looked at Kahn in horror, only to see that Kahn was looking at him peacefully and kindly. Whoosh! Although the expression on Kahn's face was very peaceful and friendly, but a chill came from the soles of Raditz's feet straight to the sky. The breath of death lingers in my heart. Raditz's legs went limp, and he slumped to the ground. Kahn, misunderstanding, it's all misunderstanding, listen to me. Panicked, Raditz could barely speak. Kahn sneered, Raditz, what are you doing? I still like your rebellious appearance just now. Can you recover? Kahn, I know I was wrong. Let me go. Raditz wants to cry, but has no tears. He really wanted to be unruly, but now he is already unruly. Let you go? Kahn sneered. Why didn't you let Kakarot go just now? You were going to kill Kakarot just now. Vegeta ordered me. At this time, Raditz didn't care about whether he had a partner or not, and sold Vegeta directly. He pointed at Vegeta and cursed. It was the bastard Vegeta who ordered me. Raditz, you bastard. You better not fall into my hands, or I will make your life worse than death. Vegeta lay on the ground, almost twisting her nose in anger. He has always been the only one who backstabs others, but today he was backstabbed by Raditz. Regarding Vegeta's threat, Raditz didn't take it very seriously. Let's talk about it if you can leave the Earth alive today. Obviously, it is Kahn who is in power now, and Raditz firmly believes that as long as he pleases Kahn, Kahn will still think of brotherhood and let him go as he did a year ago. Oh, Kahn raised his eyebrows, but things gradually became interesting. Raditz and Vegeta choke each other, a situation he has never seen before. However, although Vegeta ordered it, Kahn obviously will not let Raditz go. I know that Vegeta ordered it, and you are the one who can execute it, isn't it? Kahn's eyes flashed a murderous intent. Since you can even kill Kakarot, then I can kill you too. As soon as Kahn said this, Raditz's face paled instantly. He hurriedly knelt down and begged for mercy. Kahn, I was wrong. I was wrong. As long as you let me go, I can do whatever you want. Please, for the sake of my parents, give me another I have a chance. Celebrate the 7-day-long holiday of National Day and enjoy reading books. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge activity time, October 1st to October 7th. Alright legends, that's it for today. If you're ready for the next chapter, smash that like button and flood the comments right now. Remember, we've got 3 days to prove this story needs to continue. Subscribe so you don't miss the drop, and I'll meet you in the next audiobook.